So much pain, I'm like, when's it gonna stop? So much pain, cause my life's been a lot. So much pain, I'm getting tired of these blocks. I'm in last place right now, but I soon reach the top. So much pain, I'm like, when's it gonna stop? So much pain, cause my life's been
Welcome back to the Last Place podcast, where last don't be lost. I wasn't supposed to do the intro today because Hunter got instructed to do the intro, but he doesn't like to listen because he's a smart brat. This is episode 10. Is it? Yeah, this is.
Oh shit, yeah.
This is episode 10 of the Last Place podcast. I'm your host, back again, young Dubhul, sexiest man alive, young Sexo, Sexatron, Sexavelli, Sexton, all of them.
Comes up with these names.
You know,
Is it Sexavelli? Is it the streets getting titled him, blood?
Yeah. And then on my right, who we got?
You got your boy Big Tycoon Hunter, Mr. Chestnut Checkers.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's me.
I saw you had the next one for them. What was the next one again?
I forgot.
Mr. Here from
Mr. I'm not going nowhere.
Mr.
Fighting, yeah?
Mr. I'm not going nowhere. And then on my left, we got special guest. Talk to them.
Carlo, GGKARLO, Carl. That's about it. Young, sexy.
I try to steal your thing.
Do you my thing?
Is
On
it
the Last Place podcast? You saying?
I don't. Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Is it two young sexes in the building?
No, we can't have two young sexes.
Well, I'm the original young, sexy. But you can have it. I don't mind. I dethrone. You can have it.
Okay. Say that.
You can have it.
I was upset about that one, you know. No one's ever challenged him, blood. But yeah, blood.
Ain't no challenge around here.
Shout out to people
Always.
once again.
Thank you everyone for supporting. The last few weeks have been quite certain. I can't lie. Like we've had like a lot of love, feedback. Previous episode. Who was that again? Just left my head.
Jamski.
Jamski. Yeah. Jamski, shout out Jamski.
Jamski.
Yeah, amazing episode, man. I've literally
Funny,
listened back to that or watched that back or the clips and stuff like often. The Whack 100 video, if you ain't seen that already, check that out. I found that like that was one of the highlights of my life. Like recording it again, but actually it happening.
Telling the story again.
Yeah. But yeah, thank everyone. I could talk about the repost as well.
Oh yeah.
Man got reposted by Dame Dash on
Come
one of the videos, and that's like exposed us like tremendously to like more masses in like different parts of the world, not just like our standard group of people that probably have been supporting us or watching us. So that was an amazing look. So yeah, shout out Dame Dash. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no, facts. Shout out Dame Dash, bro. A man's been looking up to man for minutes. Not minutes, but like since the start.
But
a minute's like it's
a minute's like for a long time, though.
yeah, but it's been forever, blood.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Ever since man's been in school, man's looked up to Dame Dash.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah.
Sick to see, blood. But yeah, man. Share this one up. Like this one up.
Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
All of that. Get me in the comments. Like, subscribe. Give opinions. What you want to see. Let us know.
Yeah. Got the official third member now.
Yeah, blood. Yeah. But yeah, introduce yourself, bro.
I'm just Carl. From Birmingham. 28. Just living. You hear me? On Instagram, GGKARLO.
Swear, I thought he was younger, you know. Can't lie. I didn't think he was 28 still.
You know, the black don't crack, man. I can't. I try. Just the water and keep hydrated. Vegetables, 5 a day. I'm good.
No stress as well.
Nah, bare stress, but that's another thing. But yeah, nah. Other than that, just me chilling.
So what do you do?
At the moment, I model. That's my full-time thing. And while that's a bit up and down at the moment due to COVID and stuff, I got my security badge not long ago, started the year. So with that, I just been doing like odd pubs and clubs. And like right now I'm at the Commonwealth Games, just doing security there, literally just screening vehicles before they go to any venue. Just putting stickers on there, going inside the vehicle, searching it, doing through X-ray scanners, stuff like that. Working with the army, working with the police, with sniffer dogs. So it's like very exciting right now. But it's only for like the next few weeks. But I'm making some money out of it, so I ain't complaining.
Basically, and you know what I love about that, the fact that like, even though like modeling's been a bit up and down and stuff, you're not like any type of way to just work a regular job.
Oh yeah, nah. Well, because before modelling came along, I was still working. I was working as a chef, you know that, innit? So I was doing that for a minute. Also studying at the same time. So I was just a normal guy until modelling came around and just changed my life, innit? But yeah, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty if I need to. I ain't gonna sit and wait for money to come to me. So you gotta go get that bag somehow, innit? So if you gotta go clean toilets, you gotta go do dishes, like you gotta do something, innit? So I don't mind it.
Yeah. That's an early gem, boy.
Yeah, nah.
God damn.
It's a proper mindset to have, still.
You might hold the record for the quickest gem, bro.
I swear, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dropping gems throughout the whole of this.
That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, so like you say all of that. So how do I know you?
You're my cousin, man. Hey.
I mean, I know this, but you know, we just gotta tell the people.
Yeah. This is the cuz, man, the family, man. Like that's
And then-
love right there.
And then it's mad, yeah, because obviously we're family, but then Hunter, we all went to the same school as well.
Yeah,
So we went to St. George's Primary,
which is a mad thing.
Yeah, my thing still.
which is a crazy thing to think like we was all in the same building at some point in our life, like as kids as well.
100%.
So when I was in what year? Okay, if I was in year 1, what year would you have been in? Year 3?
Yeah, but school years are weird when you think about it. They make you seem older than you are, innit? When you leave school, I mean, it's like you're only like a year older than man, really. You know what I mean? But it would have been like year 3 or something.
Because when I was in year 4 and that, Carl used to be in like year 6 doing the was it the register? He used to always come into man's class and start dancing in there.
I remember, you know.
He always used to come in and start dancing in that. He used to start dancing like Michael Jackson.
But that was my thing.
He used to moonwalk and all of that. Just in my year 4 class, because he used to come and collect the registers for the office and stuff.
You remember
like
Miss
that.
Shakespeare as well?
Yeah, of course. She was so safe.
Bro, you know Miss Shakespeare passed away last week, bro.
Pardon?
I swear to God, bro, it broke me, bro. Yeah, bro. I got news, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yeah.
I've been living under a rock if I'm only just hearing this now.
So it only happened like last week, bro.
You told me this today. You told me this a few minutes
Yeah,
ago,
bro. What, 20 minutes ago? Yeah, fam.
Blood. Yeah, nah. See, now I'm let's see when this is done. I have to sit down and just take this one in still because
no, I didn't wanna get me do that, but yeah, that it hit man still because she was like one of the best teachers man ever experienced. In like
100%. And the
life.
fact that she was black as well, she's like she looked out for man most definitely innit?
differently.
And like she was like the second mom at school. You get me? Like she made sure you was good.
And she wasn't afraid to be herself.
Nah, of course not. And that's what made it calm to be there. And like even year 5 and that when I had her, but I was peak still. I had Mr. Sales.
Oh,
our teacher.
good. Mr. Sales,
like I only appreciate him now because it's like he was trying to install man with early lessons in it, but the way he was going about it with the coffee in the morning and shouting in man's face, like it don't work in it. So
Mr. Sells the coffee breath.
yeah, man. Even though he was sick at art, which I always give him for, like he was a sick artist for me in it. But other than that, like his teaching towards man was a bit abrupt.
You know what it was though? In school, I used to be like, I remember in year 5, the 6 weeks holiday. I remember, bro. That's the first time I ever felt anxiety. I was thinking, blood, I'm about to go into year 6 and this is gonna be my teacher. Like I was dreading. Because remember, like in year 4 and 5, you could hear my man screaming in the hallway. You could be in the dinner hall and you could hear,
It's to shake the building.
shake the room, shake the blood. Like,
He was a shout.
bro. He so I used to be so shook, but Mr. Sals is probably one of the best teachers.
Yeah,
that
100%.
man had. Like he was just so. If you never got into the wrong side of him and that, bro, he was proper.
If he's good at art,
yes.
if he was good at art,
If he was good at art, I mean,
like that.
you listen to him and like, but he's one of them teachers.
were you looking like that?
Because that you gonna say, oh, is that why you liked you?
Nah. He like man. I don't know.
I can't lie, I wasn't the greatest artist, but he was alright with me, to be fair. But it's just, I feel like that's how teachers were, and if you got along with teachers, they were calm with you in some aspect. I remember one geezer in my class, Darren, innit?
Which one?
He lives down.
Yeah.
You can't be baiting that man's governments like that.
Yeah. That's the only way I know him.
Yeah, I know him.
But yeah, he was the artist in my class, and he was hard. You get me? So him and Mr. Sells got along. Like, my man got him special pencils, like all this stuff there. You know, I was like, rare, blood, what's going on? Like, you know, when you had like the big cube pencils.
Yeah.
The
artist pencils. He had one of them before man could use them, and I was like, all right then. But he was sick of art though, so I could understand it in it. But that's mad still, Miss Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, man.
R.I.P. man.
That's deep.
Yeah, rest in peace, Miss Shakespeare.
R.I.P.
It's kind of mad. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, it makes me feel old to feel like, yo, man's primary school teachers are all dying, man.
100%. Like the other day, I met someone who went to my secondary school, and I was like, rare. I've met no one at my secondary school like since I've left. Like, I don't know no one to go there other than the people that were there when I was there, innit? So it's like, man, still go to that school. Like, teachers still kind of there. I'm like, rare, but like, so it's like, as I getting older, I'm like, man, I getting old still. Like, 28. It's like, I feel like I was 18 not long ago.
Facts. I remember turning 12, and I remember turning 13. Sorry, yeah. When I first became a teenager, I thought I was a big somebody, bro.
Do I remember 13?
I just remember gas to be a teenager.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Like, you're officially a teen until you're not.
Because I was like 11, 12, 12 teen, 13. That's when it started. Yeah.
Rules started changing. Then I can do what I want.
Basically,
I can wear tracksuits now.
Basically. But the same rules still apply. Nothing changes until you're 18, really.
There we go. You think it does?
Yeah, if you're in a black household, anyway.
But I'm just like, I wish people told me about bills when you wanted to leave home. It's like, so you want to be an adult? Okay, that's what adult is. Yeah, man, like, we should just be a kid. I mean, you know, when adults say, it's like, just enjoy being a kid. Like, man wouldn't listen to them back then.
Yeah, man wouldn't know. Yeah. Facts.
As I got to know them, I was like, yeah, I knew what you mean now. Like, I wish I did enjoy being a kid a little bit longer still.
I think I actually prefer being an adult, I can't lie.
Swear that? Why?
I don't know. I didn't really enjoy childhood.
When you say it like that, man.
You want a hug shot?
When you say
Man, I'm here for you, man.
What are you doing?
Nah, but cool. So the modeling thing, how did you get into that? Talk to us.
Basically, say about 6 years ago, I was just in town shopping, like walking around in the city centre, just going from shop to shop. And then I just noticed this guy just surrounding it. Like, every time I looked left, he was just there, my glance, and it looked right, he was there in it. So I was like, I thought I was tripping in it. Like, yo, who's this person just about whenever I turn my head in it?
We say he was on go mode.
Yeah, like, I was like, all right then, cool. Because you know me back then, I was like, what am I on? Like, I don't know in it. So I was just like, all right then, cool. I mean, then finally he just approached me in it. He was like, yo, I'm such and such. I'm from this agency. You gotta look. I'm looking at him like, big man. What do you mean I gotta look? Like, I can't ever say nothing else apart from I gotta look. I'm saying, what you mean, bro? Like, he's like, no. Like, I'm from this agency. I do modeling, here's my card. I'm like, all right then.
So he was like, because that could have just been mystery to like, what end you from?
Yeah.
You look like you're from this part or something in it.
So I was just like, but it was just like some grown guy though. It's just like, he looked out of place from Birmingham, hence why he stood out to me. Like, he don't look like he should be here, innit?
So when he's like looking at man, you're just thinking,
like
you can't really put one and two together, but you're just thinking, okay, someone's looking at me, innit?
Yeah, but I'm thinking, is it me or is it certain what's going? I don't know, innit? So it's like, calm down, innit? So like, he gave me his card. He said, like, my name is Joel. I'm from Elite. What's your name?
Elite Models.
Yeah.
Swear down.
So basically, I took his card, went home to my mum, because I was at my mum at the time. I was like, yo,
how old was she then? At this point,
I was like 20 something, so I weren't even young. Like, I wish it, like, if this happened to me at 18, I don't know where I'd be now. I'd probably just been under a rock, just smoked away in it, because modeling life is a bit crazy. And if you don't take your time to understand it, it can just take you away. Because expectations,
wasn't expected that.
Yeah, because expectations to reality can just go upside down, because you think it's gonna be like glamour, glitz, and whatnot, but sometimes the reality is not that, innit? Yeah. So it's just like, I did it, told my mum about it. She was like, all right, cool, you got nothing to lose, just try it, innit? So like, say like about 2-3 weeks later, I went to London, went to the agency, met the team. They was like, oh, nice to meet you, sign me there and then. I was like, sick.
Swear down?
Yeah.
So wait, the sign did you without, like, did you go through any contracts or anything?
Basically, when I was there, when I went to go see them, they brought me the contract and stuff, and I read it with my mum and stuff. And
You went there with your mum?
Yeah,
I thought you went on your ones. Yeah. What was I saying?
For the try to tie you into some 360.
Yeah,
No.
I thought you meant you signed it on your one, so you went there with your mum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but even then, I didn't have to sign it there, and then I took it and just had time to ponder on it, and like I went, no, just do it there and then. So I had time to think about it. But even then, it was like a no-brainer, and it's like it's never happened to man before. Like it turned out it was all legit, and I was like, when I worked it out, like them man are in like the top 5 agencies in the world in it. So I was like, I didn't know nothing about modelling apart from Naomi Campbell and Next Top Model. That's it in it. So when it happened to me, I was like, it's an opportunity in it. So I took it.
So wait, what was you? Sorry. what was you? What was you doing at that time? Did you want to be a model?
Nah, bro. It's like modelling was not a thought in it at all. Like I think.
What did you want to be?
But who knows? I was just out here just grafting. Like all I know is it's like I just wanted money to just be able to do things I wanted to do in it. Like I just knew that's it. So I think at the time, probably like a year or two before, I was living in like a shared house with my bedrooms in it. Like a couple of my boys, they were just doing their own thing. But they kind of said to me like, "Yo, you should model." I wasn't really doing much other than just like doing the odd work here and there in it. They said it to me and I was like, nah. I mean, like a year later, this has happened and it like mine has approached me with the opportunity to be a model. It's like, it's mad how things work out.
It came to you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I didn't want to be a model at the time, but I just took it with open arms in it. So literally within like the first couple of weeks of being into like the whole industry was Fashion Week in it. So I was able to do like my first show in London. It's for Richard James, I think. I was wearing a suit and stuff in it. Like met one of my close friends there as well, named O'Shea. Shout out O'Shea Robinson.
Shout out O'Shea.
You get me? So did that for a first show and in London, and then from there, I believe I'm not mistaken, I got flown to Milan. Yeah. So being in Brom,
so you got flued out.
All this happened like within
weeks and months of each other in it. So before Fashion Week, I was running around London for like at least 2 weeks, up and down castings, just like taking off clothes, putting on clothes, doing walks, putting in like outfits, photos, whatever, the whole lot in it for like 2 weeks straight before Fashion Week. London was a great success to my first show, boom. And then Milan came. So I got flown out to do Versace for the first time.
That's sick.
Yeah. Bro, mind blown in it. Because I've gone to a place where I would never be able to go to off my own back at the time. Like I was still working, making ends meet in it. So to get the money to go to Italy alone would have been a mazza in it. So being able to go there, getting paid to go there on top of that.
All expenses paid as well.
You get me? You just invoice it in it. So it's just one of them ones. As long as you got receipts for stuff, it gets, it's all right in it. So as an experience for that was amazing for me, bro. Like my first time out there in the country doing a show as an exclusive. So that was the one show I did. And then I was gassed. You get me? Never been on a catwalk ever in my life, on a big stage for a big brand.
Was you nervous?
Hella nervous, bro. I can't lie. Every time I walk on the catwalk, I'm nervous. Butterflies, but the moment you step out, it just disappears in it. But I feel like it's more excitement more than anything. But it's like every time it's like a new experience. It's like it's a new stage, more eyes are watching, and it's just like, yeah, man, I don't get to do this. Like not everybody gets to do it in it. So it's like it's an opportunity, man. So I'm get gassed every time thinking about it.
So who kind of advised you around them times there? Like seeing you as like this new kid. Did anyone like say like, yo, this is how it works and this is what you should do? And
not so much, man, told me how it works, because at the time I was more or less like adult in it, so no one can't really tell me much in it. But at the time, it was like a couple of men that I gravitated towards. So O'Shea was one. Aaron Unknown's a rapper in it, but he's also a model. So he was.
Do you remember Aaron Unknown?
Yeah.
TV days. There we go. That's my So it's him, O'Shea, Montel, a couple other men as well, and Junior Troy's got that tune now going up to the moon in it.
So that's man.
Yeah, man.
That's a viral tune on TikTok.
So yeah, it's viral, bro. So it's like in that first year of me modeling, I kind of gravitated towards them, man. We was at the same shows, just pure vibes. Like them, like down to earth, and so man, like clicked instantly in it. So yeah, like them, man, kind of showed me the ropes, and just it's not so much show me the ropes, but they was just there making it more enjoyable for man because it's like everyone individual is different in the game, and like you get treated differently. Like you see it clearly in it.
You're learning from everyone's experience.
Yeah, exactly, fam. So them man just taught me just like, yo, it's better off just being you in it than trying to be someone you think they want to be in it. So more than that, that's the only thing that kept true to myself in it, and that's like the one thing they gave me still.
So what you mean everyone gets treated differently?
Like now I look at it as a hierarchy. Like if you got mad followers and whatnot, like it's evident, and like you're gonna get put over there compared to man with like little followers like me. Like I'm not big on socials in it, so even though I get work and that, I'm happy in it. I don't need to be on the social thing, but having the socials can put you in a different bracket in it of what type of work you get, how you get treated, the clients you get, because it's your audience, and like how much people I can reach is how much the brand can reach in it, and that's how it works. It's a business in it. So yeah, other than that, just one of them ones still, like them man just taught me just like be true to yourself and just enjoy it as much as you can, because as I said, due to COVID, you don't know when this can stop in it. So it's like I'm just taking it each time as just like I'm grateful for every opportunity I get. Like all the brands, like at the moment, the brands that are shouting me like Hoodrich and that, like I love them, I appreciate them in it, because without them, I just be working it, which I don't mind, but they're helping me to save a little bit more, do a little bit more things for my family and that.
Do what you enjoy in it.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate every job I get now.
That's sick still. So like, was you one of the only ones that had like, you know, when you was going around these, man, was you one of the only ones with your story where like someone's approached you?
Nah, like it's weird to be fair. It's like, it's around amongst the man that I met, it's more just the same type of story, you know. It's like, man, I've got pushed into modeling or man. It's like no one's directly wanted to be a model. And in my opinion, it's hard work in it. Like modeling, it's not just like it's like a catch-22. Like it's great industry, but once again, like if the work ain't there, and like you're gonna be what you're gonna do in it. So if that's your main income, you're gonna be twiddling your thumbs for like 6 months, 3 months without thinking, yo, how am I gonna film myself? How am I gonna eat? So because you don't get paid instantly, and it's like invoices, so you get paid few months after the work, so you're always working in advance in it. So it's also like you always gotta have your options open with modeling. You can't always put your eggs in one basket, even though it's a great job in it. So it's just one of them ones.
Is it a job that has like more benefits with like experience in terms of like traveling the world, meeting a certain type of person?
Oh yeah, I met a bag of different people where I've been, you know what I mean, like in different aspects of life in it. Like just I remember going to one place and just meeting a complete stranger in it, and like they don't know what I do, I don't know what they do, but just able to have a conversation on some normal stuff in another country. It's just like stuff I appreciate. Once I'm from Birmingham in it, like this I'm from the city where like not a lot happens in it, but I never really travelled much. My mum took me on holiday as a youth, but as an adult I never really ventured out the country. So being able to do stuff like that and it's like tapping with just normal people in that country, it's like very humbling in it. So like experiences like that humble man still.
Where are some of the places that you've been?
So yeah, I've been Italy, I've been Amsterdam sick, I can't lie, but there's coffee shops that lit it. So I was enjoying my time out there, you get me. I remember I flew to China, so I went Beijing in it.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember it?
No.
Yeah, this is like the most randomest job ever in it. Like it just happened out of nowhere. It was like for Jason Wuenfieler. So I flew to like Beijing, like a 14-hour flight from London. When I say I never realised how long a flight is, I mean, you think you slept so much you can't sleep no more.
Bro, my legs getting dead here. We're just 23 minutes in.
I'm telling you, so there's people walking up and down the plane because like, yo, what can you do in it? So 14 hours, boom, I've landed. Jet lag, I didn't understand jet lag till I got there, and the time zone was different. I've got there at night, but I'm supposed to be awake, but I'm supposed to be asleep. I don't get it in it. So it's like I was suffered still, but it took me like a day to get like accumulated to the time and that. But it was sick out there, other than just it being bare polluted. It was a sick experience in it.
Polluted with what?
Just pollution, bro. Like I didn't understand why everyone wore a mask in it. Like you think it's clouds, but it's rather just like a fog in it of just emissions, bro. Like cars, smoke, machinery, like everybody smokes out there. Taxi drivers are smoking. Like members in the taxi to the airport, the geezer offered me a cigarette. I was like, nah, I'm good. You get me? But it's a thing out there. It's just one of them ones. But again, I was out there for a bit. We only went for that long, like a day and a night. But in that day, I made sure I experienced it, innit?
Yeah,
but on the night, it got messy still. Cause I had to fly the next morning, which was a bit mad. Like, so I don't drink in it. I told it like, I don't like drinking. So back then, I was just drinking to like have a vibe, but I think I went a little bit too far. And like, the next morning, like I had to get back to my hotel, pack, shower, and leave. Like, till this day, I left my hat there. Like, I know I did. I came back thinking, where's my hat? I had this grey woolly hat, which I loved. And I was like, where is this hat?
Which one was that?
It's like a Jack Wolfskin hat.
You folded up?
Yes, oh my gosh, that was the hat of that was my favourite hat.
Do you have that in like blue as well?
Got it in blue still, yeah.
I remember that hat.
Get me. So that was got left in China, bro. Some raw.
So somebody in China's got a
Jack Wolfskin hat that I used
to. No, it's got a GGKARLO memorabilia piece.
There we go. But the show was sick though. It was like, once again, like doing a show on that caliber, just last minute was exciting, innit? Like butterflies again. But the show lasts about a minute. Like you only walk for like a minute or so, but it feels like forever, innit? Because you're doing like a walk, a loop, and a walk, and it's like, you don't want to mess up. Like, I don't want to fall over. Like, what's my man in front of me doing? How far is my man behind me? It's like you're thinking of bare stuff other than don't smile, innit?
You can't. Is that you can't smile?
It's not that you can't smile, but I felt like at the time when I was doing it, I felt like just keeping a straight face allowed me to concentrate more in it and just doing the walk, not focus on what's going on around me. Just do the walk, get it over and done with, enjoy the time after in it. So like when I locked into it, it was like, yeah, just do this walk.
I would have been smiling the whole time. Man, know me, blood. I used to get in trouble for smiling at school. You know that kind of foolishness there?
Yeah.
Why you smiling is not funny. I don't know if it was nerves or what, but I used to just...
I'm the same, blood.
So yeah, that alone is a talent, blood.
Yeah, so other than that, it was fun still. Like, so China, Amsterdam, Beijing, Rome. Other than that, just Paris.
Don't be just flicking over these like the nothing.
Yeah, I'm Paris. But other than that, just I think they're like the most places that I've been, but more than once in it for other things in it. So yeah, man, I want to go. Like that's just allowed me. I want to see the world even more in it. Like doing them little traveling jobs, just allow me to go. The world ain't small in it. Like the world's massive. So like you gotta go out there and experience like different walks of life, man, because it's
open up your mind and that.
Fully, bro. Like you appreciate every little thing in it. Like the things we got here, we take for granted in it. It's like the NHS and like the electricity, just stuff like that, Wi-Fi, stuff like that in it. It's like when you're out in the next country, it's like, I gotta save my data. Because if I have no maps, I don't know where I'm going. And you get me, so like stuff like that in it, like having a battery pack, like stuff, little things. So yeah, man, it's like I experienced it all, man, and I still want to experience more.
So how was like being in these countries by yourself? Then how was that then?
You know what? I got used to it, Like at one point, when modelling first started, I kind of missed being back home because I was comfortable being in Birmingham. Like it's my city. I know if anything happens, no one's far. My family's not far. Help's not far. Like I'm comfortable here. But like going to London, it was a bit wild because London's busy. I wasn't ready for how quick it was, how fast paced it moves. Like Brum's laid back in it. We move whatever pace we move at. Some days it's fast, some days it's slow, but it's very chill here. So when I got to London, I was like, why is everyone in a rush, bro? But I learned it as time got on, like going to London to get work, like the tube is a mad thing. Like if you miss this tube, you're 20 minutes late for something without even realising it. So yeah, just travelling like to little cities like that was calm. Yeah, chill, bro. I actually forgot the question,
Nah, it's just like, how did you find traveling by yourself?
Other than that, calm in it because I've been living by myself for a minute in it. So like at that point, being my own company was not a thing for me. Like I had a Nintendo Switch, like had that. I was happy to play games while I traveled, had music, so it was very comfortable. Like I'm not like in the next country, I'm not gonna act a fool, and I'm very. Like I know where I'm at and like it ain't my place, so I'm gonna walk with my P's and Q's exactly in it. So I ain't gonna be out too late. I'm gonna be back by the hotel if I need to be. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere, it's like, can cameras see me? Bet. Cool. I'm gonna be in a safe zone by 10, 9 o'clock. Because realistically, I'm there for work, and even though I'm in this country to have a little bit of fun, at the same I'm there for work, and
you're trying to be abducted on that.
Yeah, bro. Don't want to get in trouble, man. Because like, I remember I got a story to tell in it where. Like one time I'm with Milan, like all of us after this show, like we went to like this club in it. Like we got to, not say we went, so we got invited to a club in it. We got invited by some like what you call like PR people, whatever it is, for the clubs and that. We got there, cool. The club was kind of dead at the time, so when we're there now, we're just vibing. We got given drinks and whatnot, cool. The nights, the works in it, cool. Club's picking up now. Everyone's vibing, like yeah, geez, having a good time. Say like 12 ones came now. He just come past, man, with a card reader, and like everyone's looking at each other like, huh? And you look on this card reader, it says like 2 bags or whatever it is in euros. So man, everyone like, this is my first time in Milan, so I don't have this money, but man, I'm asking for it. So I'm looking at man going, so what am I on in it? So we gotta understand like, yo, man are from London. Man are from Brum. We're very about our thing. So man is like, yo, we ain't paying this. But secondly, it's not even that we're not paying. It's like, yo, we have no right to pay. Because man got invited there, innit? Yeah, if man told us that there was, if we come here for this and we take this, it's gonna be this amount. There was none of that explained in it. It was just like, yo, come, enjoy yourself. Everything's blessed. We're under that impression that, yo, everything's blessed, bro. Like we're not asking for drinks, you know. They're bringing them over. So we're under the impression, yo, we're nice, we're Gucci until a man put the card reader over. So now it's gone from a vibe to a like, yo, it's a bit, yo, we need to start this. We just started telling them, alright, and cool, we're just gonna get off in it. Like, don't worry about it. We're just gonna leave. Like, nah, they didn't leave it at that. Like literally, it's like 5 of us in the club. You started looking around, like security just started popping out of nowhere. Like, yo, are you Batman? Like, you came out the shadows. You get me? Like, literally.
You must have hit that walkie-talkie, blood.
Yeah, man, I started surrounding, man. So it's like, but even in that moment, we're all trying to leave, trying to get us out. We're leaving anyway, innit? But I've grabbed my business passport because it's on the table. You know how them man move with passports and valuables, and you ain't getting that back. You pay money in it, so I had to scoop those up. But we're outside now, and then we found out that the security is fighting one of my bedrooms. So we're like, now we're all scrapping now all of a sudden. So like we're fighting security because you got my bedroom in the head, like he's spraying pepper spray in his face. Never been pepper sprayed in my life. That first time in Milan, you know, like.
Did he get it direct or was it like the residue?
Nah. They got my bedroom direct in his face. His eyes were burning, bro. He was not a happy kid. You get me? Like O'Shea knows, bro. They weren't a nice feeling still.
And what, you was just get like the back?
Yeah, like just the air in it. It was in the air now, so everyone's just getting touched by it. Like, yo, when I say my arm was on fire, face is on fire. Even the next day, everything's still on fire. Sorry,
quick note. Do you remember like back in the day, like old school Arcadian? Where like man used to just get pepper spray for Joe. Like
yeah, no, you're talking about.
No, a weekend in Arcadian wasn't complete unless somebody got pepper spray.
Yeah, 100%.
Things have mellowed down a lot, you know. Blood.
It's very chill now. Yeah, very chill now. How it was back then.
It's a bit wild, but it's probably not as bad.
Like police wise, I remember police used to like push man out of the Arcadian and that.
I don't remember them. I thought he was in about them time.
He was
coasting.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, so the incident happened in Milan, but that was mad. It's like the first time me even being in the next country under like for modelling, like enjoying myself, like have a situation like that, like never been in trouble like that before. Man, they're getting pepper sprayed, man, I have to back veterans cases, which man will do anyway. So after that, we scrapped these guards, and now we're getting off. So like man, I have to carry my bedroom because he can't actually see it, so man, I have to carry him. Yeah. And then man, I'm hearing sirens now. So imagine being from the UK, we're all black, you know, like we're all black individuals, and like we just know what it is now. Like we can't get caught in this country, and we're not seeing home tomorrow. Like someone I got a flight to Paris the next day for the next fashion show. I'm going home. I'm like, if we don't get home to the hotel before all this scatters, we're peak. So now we're hiding now, just on the streets of Italy somewhere in it. Like we're on this road, we hear the police cars flying by with all dots by cars. It's like, ducking, looking.
You might have stuck out like a sore thumb.
Blood, 100%. Like, man,
It was tall black model.
What man do is just that. And it's us, and like, it was mad. So we're just there hiding now. And then like there's like some buildings behind us, like apartments. And like something just told me, like, check that door handle. Blood, it was open. Like, God saved man that day still, because we was able to just go inside the building and just hold for like an hour, just chill, like recoup, like make sure everyone was blessed, sit there, try to charge man phone. Then bro, we realised we didn't know where the hell we were. Like man had to walk and find taxis.
So you was just running and you realised, wait there.
Yeah.
Where we have actually ran to.
Yeah, it was a mad thing. So now we're just in a part of the city we don't even know where we're at. Like I don't think it's even in the city anymore. Just on some skirts of where the club was. Now we're trying to find taxis. We're working all hours in the morning trying to find taxis, bro. It was a mad experience, but it brought that experience with the man there who it happened with. It brought man closer together in it. So that's why I can call them man my veterans in the game in it, because we were all involved in that situation. Like,
no one ran off.
Nobody was industry.
No one ran off, but everyone back case. So like we knew what it was in it, and like from that, like man could shout, man, like, oh yo, in London, bet, link up, cool. Like same day I came to Brum, always loving it when I see you, man. So
wait, what happened after? Did you contact the people that invited you?
Yo, it is that never came through me in it, so that weren't my problem. But like, so whoever contacted you for that, I think they dealt with that accordingly in it. But I can't lie, like the models that were there at the time, like O'Shea, he was a top model at the time. Like he's not even at the time, he's a top model in it. So I bet he just got some stuff sent over. It's like, yeah, man.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, or just like, yo, you people sent us over there, and look what happened to our models, and you know what I mean. So it's like, you don't know what happened, so I don't know what happened anyway. So I just assume it got dealt with.
There's definitely some miscommunication.
Yeah, 100%. Because once again, man invited us there, innit? So under the pretense of the invitation, and man giving us stuff over there, not explaining it's a give and take type of situation. We were just having a good time until it went a bit sour, innit?
There's probably different cultures as well, innit? They're probably thinking, because in the UK that wouldn't happen. Like man, just sending you drinks and. Like,
nah, it's,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
no pay, no drinky. Like,
it's usually pay first, innit? But their culture is probably different. Where it's just like, you buy what you want and then you pay at the end, innit?
But flip nose.
Conversation. No. It's done now.
Yeah.
They're like,
it was mad for me. So I was like, like that experience there. I was like, yeah, man, we gotta be careful when man start inviting you places about actual letting you know what's involved in it.
And you know how I know that was a setup as well? Because how did they know when to come up with the card?
Bro,
how did they decide that your night was done?
Yeah, how did they decide? Okay, facts.
But I'm telling you,
this is
and the worst thing is, I think at that point we got the club popping. So it's like, yo, you just used us as propaganda for your club, innit? Now you just want to get us out of there, like, nah.
Remember that meme with the money? It was like, how I'm gonna ask my future kids for pocket money and that. No, how am I give my that was them at the end with the conversation.
Oh, I ain't seen that even more.
So old school George.
That's mad still. That's a mad experience though.
Yeah, nah, it was a mad experience, I can't lie still. But once again, like, from that, man learnt a lot. And man grew close with a lot of man in it. So it was an experience man learn from and take to heart still.
Yeah, I'm glad that story ended like that, bro. Even though it was a bit tragic, like that could have ended way.
It could have ended way worse. Me, but as I said, for my first time being pepper sprayed, I was like, no, I ain't trying to let that happen again, because I was still feeling hot on the way home. Like it didn't stop burning for like a good couple of days, because even in the heat,
you didn't get direct hit either.
This is what I'm trying to say, innit? So I just got this. What was in the air, innit?
Scatter, the mist.
The mist, you know.
Your boy O'Shea's probably still feeling that to this day, bro.
I don't know how he hacked it. I can't lie, because the gullet in his, like, man was over him like this.
In his pupils, like if my man got that with his eyes open, bro.
Yeah. That's a mad setup, like. That is mad. I would be so vexed, but like, yo, you buy a man club and then man leave and get a pepper spray, but like, what kind of a contrast is that, blood?
But it was mad. So we were fuming. Hence why my man kicked off the way that we didn't. Like, we were always scrapping. Like I remember the guard had me in a headlock. I was thinking at this point when I'm in a headlock, like, yo, why am I in a headlock? But
in Milan,
yeah. But I was thinking at the same time, like, yo, just don't end up on the floor in it. Just hold your ground and stand up in it, and just me and him just like this. Until someone could just get his arms off and the man could get off in it.
You know, you're praying, please, somebody back case. You know, you can feel your head just getting lighter. Like,
I was like, my legs can't take this no more. My man's like, he was taller than man. These men were just big guys, like, yo, and they were black in it, big black African men, and like, yo, they were hench, bro. Like, they was, you know, the ones that can speak Italian and French. They was like, bro, they was not playing no. In fact, because the language barrier was a thing in it. You don't know their language, so at that point, everything's getting. It's just bare aggression, because I don't know what you're saying. You ain't trying to hear what I'm saying. So,
and they probably just think they're probably thinking you man are just trying to bump it.
Yeah. There we go.
They're gonna react in that way.
They're thinking entitled foreign, entitled English models.
Exactly. So bare miscommunication. So it's just like, yo, blood, we just know not to be in that situation ever again in the next country. And it, like, we all knew that time, like, yo, if it ain't proper, we ain't landing. Let's just stay at the fashion parties, innit? Like, you know, some music, we'll just enjoy it, innit? Fuck it. Just have some drinks and enjoy the instance music with these fashion men. But yeah, but it was a mad experience though.
No, it's true still, because especially at being a model, you're gonna stand out in them places, isn't it? And it's probably just bare man hating as well.
There we go. Like even things like that, I'm not really notice a lot of man like that. I'm not really a watch type of guy and stuff. I'm there enjoying my time. I'm enjoying my time in the moment, innit?
Yeah.
So it's only if I feel a vibe or catch a look. It's only when I'm aware in it. But other than that, if I'm with my peoples, I'm just trying to enjoy the vibe of my peoples, man.
And like you said, I know some of your boys were dressed in some mink. And like, you know, you can just tell that's a model.
Yeah.
I wasn't even dressing like that. I was dressing shit, but I can't lie. Me back then, maybe I was dressing a bit like, yeah, man, you man ain't from here. But I can't. It was hot out there, and so man was wearing a shirt that was open because it was hot. So it was like maybe, but who knows, innit? It's one of them.
Still no reason to move
Nah,
that.
of course not.
To move mad like that with man, but.
So who are some of the companies that you've modeled for? The brands.
Brands. So like fashion shows. So I said Versace. I've done Philip Plein a couple of times. Done Versace a couple of times as well. Brands wise for shoots and stuff, I've done like Tommy Hilfiger, Top Man, River Island, Hoodrich, shout out Hoodrich, Trapstar. Bro, I can't lie. Just over the years, it's like.
Can you do Ralph?
Yes. In fact, I can't believe I forgot that. Yo, Ralph Lauren, you know, it's one of the biggest brands that I've modeled for, which I appreciate, because yo, their first male model was a black man in it. So it's like being able to model for them in a big campaign, that was a mad experience for man in it. Like, I'm just a boy from Birmingham in it with tattoos and that. I didn't think I'd be able to be in a Ralph Lauren shirt, like on a campaign with other people, and it's like, yo, this is sick vibe, man. So yeah, shout out.
See, the reason I remember that, bro, because when you told me that you were gonna shoot for Ralph, bro, I was gassed, man. I was like, Ralph. It's like, yeah, and I remember you sent me the pictures from like the magazine cover.
Yeah, man, like it was sick. Like I can't lie, I think the first time I'd done it, we went to Scotland. Yeah, another place I'd never been to before, but went there because of modelling. So yeah, Scotland, Aberdeen. Yo, place is nice, just bare greenery. Like the grass is green. Everywhere you look, green grass. Like mad hills, mad castles. Like they had mad castles there. I was thinking, people still live in these. Like, yeah, like we're shot in one. They're shot in like a mad, massive castle type mansion. Like the floor was all marble from the staircase, like Cinderella type thing. Like go through the door, marble floor, up to the staircase. Photos all over the walls and that. The stuff in cases. Like it was a mad yard. So yeah, like that was sick. And Stone Island. Now that I remember that, Stone Island. Yeah, sick. It was sick. Like that came along. I mean, I remember, you know, the heated jumper.
Yeah,
like I remember seeing, I remember seeing that everywhere in it. And like I think at one point on Twitter, I'm not sure if it's Dave or somebody, reposted saying I need this jumper, but it was my picture of he was wearing the jumper. I was like, yo, this is beast. Like,
I swear Dave got that jumper as well. He got it for his shoot, I'm sure, for his video.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, sick in it. So little things like that, like little brands I would never think, not even little brands, just brands I didn't think I'd be able to work for or even being like, it was sick. I never think I'd be in like Top Man or Top Shop, maybe River Island. Like I just never thought in, even though I buy their clothes and stuff, it's like I would never be on the poster on the billboard in their shop. So it was just like very surreal to be in at the moment, innit?
Was it Top Man where he was on the big old billboard?
Yeah, so that was the first one of the big things that happened to me. So I remember coming from Fashion Week that time from Milan, landing in Birmingham, come to Bullring. The first thing I see was myself on the billboard outside Top Shop, Top Man at the time, innit? And on the top floor.
Yeah, where it used to be.
Yeah. So I was like, raw. Like I remember put a picture of my video on my Instagram going, yo, mama made it, rare tear. Like I was gassed because who would have thought it, innit? Like just a chance opportunity I just took, just off a whim, has turned into something that's like mad drastic, innit? So yeah, it was sick. It was surreal. As I said, it was very surreal for man to just see it, innit? And then for everybody else to see it, like family and friends, like, yo, they were gasping me, like, bare love in it.
And everyone's just sending you pictures as they walk past.
Yeah. And like, even when like I'm just in town, like, man, I'm saying, yo, that's my bedroom. Like, oh, look at that. And I'm like, yo, but don't do that, innit? Like,
getting bare
tags. Yeah.
I remember this geezer's story, so he's so full because people just go past, and obviously you repost on stories,
okay,
yeah. So you just have bare, you see bare dots.
Yeah.
I was gassed, I can't lie. It was very sick for me, and it, as I said, just being like a very I wouldn't say I was normal because I never see myself as a normal person, but I wasn't doing nothing spectacular in my life, and I was just working a normal job. I was just studying, like, then to just see myself in a billboard, like, yo, very life-changing, humbling and surreal to be in it at the time, innit? So it's sick.
And it sounds like a lot happened within a short space of time.
That's what it is. Like, the trajectory of it, I never anticipated it going so well in it. It's like, oh, maybe I get one show here, or maybe I might not get nothing in it, because that's what happens sometimes. Like, you can't dictate what happens in the industry. So it's like the fact that my first few years was so wow. It's like, I can't complain, bro. Like, if this stopped tomorrow and whatnot, yo, I've got stories to tell. I can write a book about certain things that I've been through in it. So it's like, I'm happy for what I've got so far in the last like 5-6 years of modelling. So I'm gassed.
So you know, like when you model for like this Stone Island and that, do you get like free clothes?
Nah. The misconception on free clothes.
I always thought that was a thing, you know.
Nah, because you gotta look at it like they're stock in it. Like, they're using that for a shoot in the archive in it, because they're like archives and stuff, so I can always look back and stuff. Like, that's like for certain brands, but I can't lie. Maybe once again, I look at it like I'm not high profile. Like, I just started modeling at the time, so they don't owe me anything by giving me any free clothes. They ain't doing me. Them giving me free clothes is nothing for me. I'd rather just pay me than give me free clothes in it. But don't get me wrong, I love some free clothes, but at the same time, where would I put them? Because I already had clothes in it, so I'd be asking for stuff, but really did I need it? Nah, just being fast in it. So I think the only free things I've got throughout the years is probably what. Mostly the most common things you get from stuff is like socks and boxes, isn't it? Because Hugh's asking for socks and boxes back, realistically. So you get those, but you might get the odd t-shirt. I got like the odd hat from Trapstar in it, so it's like kind of sick in it, like little things, and like it's not a lot to some people, but to never get nothing from a brand, it's like, yo, I appreciate that, like safe in it, respect. So like little things like that, but nothing big. Actually, now that I come to think about it, one gift we got, but it wasn't specific to me. It was like to everybody in the team at the time. We did a Philip Plein show, and I think after the show, we all got gifted a jacket in it. It's like a green, like army type jacket with like sequins on the back with a mad design, like
with like the studs and that.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to man about. It's like it looks like Ed Hardy design, but it ain't Ed Hardy in it. It's Philip Plein, but that was a gift that man got in it. It cost like probably like 2-3 bills now, but just to have it then before it came out, it was sick. I remember seeing it when I got it, when I saw it like years later, like, yo, I've already got this. This is crazy, innit? Like, mad.
I got it from Philippe, like
so
the people.
That's probably like one of the only gifts that I've got from a brand. Like, yo, I appreciate it. It's like it's in the bag in it. Like, I don't wear it. It's just pristine in it. Cause I don't. Yeah, bro. So yeah.
That's sick stuff. So what are your thoughts on, like, you know, like nowadays you'll get influencers that become models. Like, I don't know the modeling industry well, but you can see that it's a bit. You can probably see that it's a bit different in it, where now people are their own agency in a sense. In it.
Yeah, now 100%. Like, I feel like if you can do it on your own, capitalize on your own without an agency, you're 100% your own boss in it. But what you miss out with an agency is the links, the connections, what you possibly can't get off your own back. But except for the influencers, you've got like 100k, 200k. It don't matter in it. Like, you're gonna make money one way regardless. That's how it works now. I feel like since COVID, the way to make money changed everything for everybody in it. So the model game, you had to be creative. You had to just do something a little bit different. So everyone that was doing it at the time, able to take photos in the house and whatnot, they changed the game in it, because as I said, they can get like 100k a post or a bag of post. Like, I can't get that in it because I've only got like 2,000 followers. That's nothing on the spectrum of a man with 100k in it. Or
it's so much easier as well, because you don't need like a crazy setup. You don't even need a camera. You just need your smartphone has a good quality camera. As long as you know, quote unquote, pretty enough, or you know what I'm trying to say, like, that's it really.
But the thing for me is, like, I couldn't say I never could become an influencer, but the way they take photos and do certain things, it's not true to me, innit? I can't act like I'm going to a shop and doing a bit of shopping, like, come with me guys, like, that's not me, innit? Like, if man are gonna record me while I do it, it's more so do it like that, innit? Like, I'm more candid, like, just, it's not acting. I'm not an actor, innit? So if I ain't gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. So it's like, that was hard for me because I did try it through COVID. Don't get me wrong, I've tried to take photos at home, tried to like show a brand I can work at home and stuff, but realistically, my yard stuff ain't like that. Secondly, I work other than modelling, so it's like time-wise I didn't have it. Two, I don't have like the friends in the bedroom who have the time to take photos of, man. So it's like the aspects, the pieces, I didn't have the pieces in it, so I just like, you know what, I can't do it that way. I have to hope after COVID I get work in it. Which it slowed down, I can't lie. For me, it did for a bit, but it's slowly picking back up in it. So as I said, fingers crossed, I'm gonna get more and more jobs from now on in it. But the ones that I got now, man, holding on, man, I'm appreciating still.
Let's get it.
You've kind of got you got a reputable like portfolio in it, as you're saying. Like, you got
bro.
bare brands.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I can't lie in it. Like I'm sitting here now, trying to be as humble as I can, but at the same time, like, narrowing it, like, I've done bare work in it. Like, I'm proud of what I've done, like, in all aspects. I've done magazines, I've done editorials, I've done fashion shows, I've done just normal e-com work on the websites. Like, I've done all aspects of work in it. So, I've got to be gassed at some point.
Of course.
You get me? So, being on, like, a magazine cover, like, the British photography magazine, like, that's in the library, that's archived. So, if years from now, someone goes back to a certain year, my face on the magazine, like for like photographers in it. So it's mad to even think of. So it's like little things like that. Crazy.
So quick one, on topic, off topic. We're talking about influencers. If somebody walked up to you today, same way you got scouted for to be a model, if somebody said, "Oh, we want you on Love Island next year,"
you ain't catch me on Love Island, bro. Secondly, so it's only because I feel like you can't find love in like I don't know how long it is, but 6 weeks, man, I ain't falling in love. You get me? It's not Love Island, it's more like a holiday for a little bit. You catch a vibe, you just have a bit of fun. You might get something off it, but you might not. You get me? I'm not one of them type of people just to go on there to have a bit of fun in it. Like, if I'm gonna be with someone, it has to be more than just being in the public eye, innit? Like, I'm a very private person, innit? So, like, nah, I'm not going on there, bro. I've watched clips of it, man, just being on there and forgetting the cameras are there watching, and it, like, moving very, very loose with their behaviours.
So you wouldn't go on there to like maximize your modelling career?
I doubt it would maximize it much, bro. Okay. Like, for me personally, like, I don't think it would do much for me in it. For the next man, maybe in it, but I don't see the TV side of it changing modelling at all for me. It's like, if man are gonna book me, they're gonna book me in it. They ain't gonna book me, they ain't. I don't see Love Island changing.
It's like an ad though, isn't it? Like,
it is, but I look at it like this. There's man on there now who have opinions about them that ain't even true. So they're gonna come out of there, people are gonna be affected by what they've done in the villa or whatever they've done and think it's their true character, and they're not even that person. It's all reality, it's all fake. So that can either, as I say, can have a negative impact or a positive. It can go either way for a man.
You don't even know what they're showing about you as well.
There we go, and so you can go in there and you can be the best person ever, but they can show the shit side of you, innit? Yeah, man. So you come out of there, man, I'm like, yo, you lost all your work. You ain't got no girls now. You ain't got nothing. But you can go in there and your life can change in it. So it's one of them ones. But me personally, nah.
The risk ain't worth it.
The risk ain't worth it, man. I said, once again, I'm a very private person in it, so I don't see myself being able to be comfortable enough to get to know someone in that type of aspect to be with them, and on camera to be with them, and like, it ain't gonna be real. Like, I'll just be on there for fun, innit, if that's the case. It wouldn't be nothing serious for me personally.
Fair.
So what? How do you get? So how do you get your work then? Is it just like the agency contacts you?
Yeah. So I've got my agency, Elite. Got my agents there, and
so you're still with them today?
Yeah, still with them today, man.
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Yeah, still with them to this day. So yeah, like, once again, like I said, work's a bit slow, but it's not their fault, and it's just how the industry is. Like, you're gonna get work either here or there, innit? So they're still there, helping me out in the meantime, and all the work comes through them. If opportunities come to me through other channels, I can always direct it back to them. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Just one of them ones, like, they deem whatever work what seems worth it in a sense.
Do you have to keep like an updated picture of yourself so that they know like exactly how you look over time?
Yo, this is the most funniest thing ever, because I was speaking to my boy about this the other day. So yes, the answer is yes to your question. But yo,
thank you.
I ain't been to my agency in the longest.
So you said they're getting like 2016 Carlo.
Like yeah, like they're seeing like when I check my portfolio online, like there's like they ain't got none of my recent tattoos, like my chest or my stomach. I think the only tattoo they've got that's recent is my neck in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's good, but when I get there, man, I seen all the rest, man. They're like, oh man,
You can't cover that many tattoos.
yeah.
It's a lot to work with.
And even like some of my Polaroids, like some of them are older ones, and so I don't look like how I look now in it. Like I'm bare young in them ones. I look at myself, I'm going, yo, I look like a youth, man.
Because you never had all of this before. Did
Never
you?
like, yo, this. I feel like this only came due to shaving for modeling. Yeah. Like other than that, I was babyface killer, yo. Like I was just clean, like happy to have no facial hair in it. But when you have to work, sometimes you gotta be super clean in it. So that's allowed the hair to be. You know, getting my little Smith on, you know, my Larry, you know. But yeah, like everything goes through the agency, agents and that.
So if I was like an independent brand and that, and I was like, I want to book him, I'd have to contact Elite.
Yeah.
And then be like, I want him for this, and then they'll say, they'll like overlook.
Yeah, they will do the rates or whatnot, because you have to get like if it's a full day, you get the full day rate, half day rate, and everything else in between's accordingly to like the amount of pay, amount of time in it. So one of them, so everything goes through them. But even if a brand shouted me independently, I would be like, I'll shout my agency and I'll just be like, your contact such and such at the agency in it, and they'll just deal with it. And
is there any like independent brands that you've like just took pictures for, just like away from the agency?
Yeah, like I've done Trackstar because that once again my boy shouted me that separately in it, so it's like it was nothing big. So it's like, yeah, man, like I can do that's a favor, so man, like I don't mind doing little things like that. So that's probably like the one of the only odd jobs I've probably done that's not with my agency in it. But other than that, I rarely do jobs like that, bro. Just because it can be a hassle in it. So I'd rather not.
Oh,
so,
your payment and that.
Yeah. So like stuff like that, and but once again, that was from my boy in it. So it was never. I never had the issue of communication in it or having to think about am I gonna get this or I'm not gonna get that. So I was cool, but yeah, everything goes through the agency. Just keep it above board in it.
Okay.
Cool. So how would you like if somebody? So actually, you know, it's funny because I've met this guy at work and he goes to my gym. And he wants to be a model, young brother. I think his name's Tahir. Shout out Tahir. Tahir or Tariq. I think it's Tahir. And he's about 17. My man is bolo. He's massive, tall. He's like 6 foot something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to get into modeling. And I was like, swear down, my cousin models. And he's like, swear down. He's like, can he help me or something? So it's kind of funny that you're here. And I literally met my man like last week and that. So like he wants to get into like modeling and stuff. So like, what would you tell somebody like that, like just no experience in that?
Anybody wants to get into modeling, I can't do nothing for you personally in it. That's just first and foremost.
Rule number one.
Like my opinion carries no weight. But what I say to everybody is to message me or get in some contact with me is like, there's a website called models.com. Like they have all the agencies on there, every single model who's on an agency, and then from there you can see whatever country, whatever legit agencies are there in it. And then from there you can click on them. And whatever agency has had their own sign-up process, and so you might have to send some photos in, you might have to walk into the agency and do a walk-in appointment, stuff like that. So that's the only way I would say is to go to a legit agency, and it's to check it on models.com. If they're not on there, bro, they're not legit in it. So you got people saying like, yo, I'm with this agency, pay for your book, don't do any of those. You don't pay for your book in it. That's the one thing I've learned. Like if anyone's telling you to pay money, that's not a safe process in it, not at all. So models.com, and from there you would be able to find all the agencies, and I said go on their websites and just follow the sign up process. It's very, very simple in it, but it's only if you really want to do it, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm fortunate in it to be able to be scouted, but I've seen while being in agencies that people can walk in and it's not gonna go the way they think it's gonna go.
I heard it's mad harsh though.
It can be, because once again, like if you want to really be a model, like that's what you want to be in it. So someone telling you no at that time can be very devastating in it. So you gotta be very understanding. Like it's a no is a no today, and it's not a no forever. Because once again, what's in today is out tomorrow, and vice versa. So your day might come. So don't ever give up in modeling. Like if you want to actually do it and not just do it for a bit, if you think it's gonna be all glitz and glam, and you really want to make a career out of it, don't stop in it. You're gonna like just keep going to agencies, because someone will take you. Just everyone has a different look at a different time, what everyone's looking for in it. So yeah,
that's interesting. You say that then, cause is there a delusion to some people? Then would basically you're saying there's.
But once again, anyone can model. Like, there's plus size models. You get me? There's sport models. There's gym guys who are just super hench, and all they do is fitness in it. There's men like me who are slim, who are able to do a little bit versatile. I can do a bit of sport. I can do a bit of high fashion. Like, there's a bit of work every day for everybody, for any type of person, and it's just about what you're willing to do in it and how far you're willing to go for what you want in it. At the end of the day, for me, as I said, I'm very fortunate because for one, I didn't want to be a model, but opportunity came. I'm not afraid to work in it, so I will do what I need to do. I'll go to the castings if I need to go to the castings. I will put a little bit of work in, but recently, like, I haven't been to my agency, so I'm taking a bit of accountability that maybe why work ain't coming in. So I need to just take accountability for that and go update my book, go tap in with my agents and go see how they are and whatnot, like see what's going on in it. So because if I'm not showing no interest, I can't expect them to be pulling their way in it. So
now that I know that, I'm gonna be sticking on you every other day, blood.
You get me? So 100%. So I'm definitely when I got the time for the Commonwealth Games and stuff, I'm definitely gonna remember time to go London and just tap in again and get re-familiarized with the work in it. Because once again, like, the fact of doing it, I've been enjoying it in it. So I want to try to keep it as long as I can, but I gotta put my effort in. They can't just keep coming to me. So which I've learned over the last year or so.
So have you got like any personal relationships with anyone that works at the agency that kind of looks out for you or whatever?
Just my agents in general, and like they're the only people who I'd had contact with. Like, I got a man on the agency that I checked like other models and that. But other than that, it's just the agency. Like James and Sadaf are like the main two people who handle me. Like, they're on the men's board in it, so they handle all the men's.
So James, this is the guy that first initially.
Nah, so Joel was the scout who scouted me in London, in Birmingham in the city centre. So agents have scouts on their team in it, so there'll be a random person, whatever agent, they'll probably get you at a festival. Or once for me, they got me in town in it, but they're about and just looking for models to scout. So
that's their job.
Yeah, they're a scout. That's just like footballers. So they're just watching, waiting. That's a talent. I'll take that. So you might get approached one day, going, "Yo, I'm an agency." He's just there to just grab you to bring you in it. That's all they do. So Joe scouted me, and then there's been many members on the team, but at the moment it's just Sadaf and James at the moment. So yeah, they just handle. Everything goes through them, and I get the work in it, so it's calm.
That's sick, Stone. That's sick.
So, what makes a good model? What do you think makes a good model?
I touched on this earlier. Just being true to yourself, man. Like, understanding that, yes, it's a new world for some people, but it might be a bit uncomfortable to begin with. But once you understand how it works, it's just like another job at the end of the day. So as long as you got good work ethic and you understand, like, it's a great opportunity to earn a lot of money in a short amount of time, it's still a job at the end of the day, innit? So I feel like if you keep that principle of just good work ethic, you'll always be a good model. And as I said, because I've worked jobs along the years, I've had that work ethic installed in me. So if I need to shoot 20 t-shirts in this amount of time, it's not an issue to me, innit? I'll get it done. Even if, like, man say, yo, you don't have to, like, you can go have a break. Like, nah, man, like, I don't mind, innit? I can understand that if I do this bit here, it cuts time down at this part, innit? So I'm always willing to just help man on the team for a little bit. Like, I don't mind it, man. So work ethic is the main thing I would say to be a good model. Or just anything in life, just work ethic, innit? Make sure you just put in the time and the effort as much as you want to, innit? Because what you put in, you get out.
Facts.
So, like, I know you're not an influencer or anything like that, but do you market yourself in any kind of way? To the sense of, like, in the sense of trying to get jobs? Or does it just literally just come through emails and stuff like that?
Just come through emails and agencies, through my agency. So once again, maybe if I did update my book a little bit more, went to my agency a little bit more, maybe that will push me to get more work. But without doing that, I can only just say everything just comes from my agency. Just if man feel like booking me for something, or I gotta look for a certain type of look for something, just happens like that. Like the shoot I done not long ago, for that magazine, it was just random. It just came out of the blue. But I feel like because I've done Ralph Lauren before, it was just easy. Just like, oh, he's done it before, cool. He looks good in the clothes. Just put him in it again. You know what I mean? So it's like stuff like that. So my work the work that I've done allows me to just get certain jobs without doing a lot of work for it in it. So that's a benefit. But other than that, everything just comes through the agency, bro.
Do you get approached by like a lot of brands on like Instagram and stuff?
Nah. I feel like I used to at some point, but I don't really pay attention to brands. Like once again, it's a brand with like 100 followers. Like I'm gonna ask, like if I ask for whatever rate I'm asking for, you're not gonna be able to fund me. So it's like it's pointless in it. So I'm not trying to waste their time or my time. So it's like it's not disrespect to their brand or whatnot. But
it's levels. You put in your work to get to a certain level.
Yeah, exactly. I get it for them. Like, yo, if I get my man, it's gonna make my brand pop cool. I get it, but at the same time, my time's worth something I know you're not be able to afford at the moment in it. So maybe when you spin around the block and come back, maybe I'm ready. Like, you know what I mean? So one of them ones, but no one really shouts me for the gram no more. Probably at the beginning, yeah, but not now. Okay. Not now.
Do you feel like you should do more on socials and that?
Me, yeah, I feel like I shouldn't it, but my character, the way that I am, don't allow me to be that guy in it. Like I'm not. Look at me on the gram. Like I'm very much like I don't mind posting fit pics. I like dressed in a certain way. Like I like people showing people my style in it. So other than that, nah, you're not gonna see my day to days because my day to days are just mostly. At the moment, I'm doing 12-hour shifts. I'm waking up, going to work, going back home, sleeping, eating. You're not gonna see much other than that. You get me? So I can't document the way certain men do to just portray their life in a way to get them the views and the followers and the work that some men get in it. So I just have to just work with what I got in it. Like the tools in my bag, the cards have been dealt.
But you know what though? You could go viral with some of that Commonwealth drip though.
Yo, but this is what I'm trying to say.
Because like, if obviously like, regardless of the clothes and that, you still got a certain look to yourself.
Yeah, no, 100%. But yo, I'm on a site.
Like you see how Kels, you see how Kels went viral, be the security guard. This is. Do you go to school together? You and Kels?
Yeah. He's my brother, my best friend in primary school. I can't like. He's the reason why I got this scar in it. Like he asked him the story how I got my scar. He's gonna be like, yo, we were racing from the top floor to the back gate in the playground, and somehow I fell over in it. Like,
landed on your face, blood.
Yeah, me fell over, slid across the floor, sat my face in the gate.
And this is the thing, yeah. Like, no matter what your circumstances, you could still make it work.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You working these 12-hour shifts, you whatever, bro. Like, if you just got a couple snaps on that, bro. You know what I'm trying to say, Hunter?
Yeah. I know you mean.
If you was just taking TikTok, like a couple pictures or something.
Yeah, I would if I could, but where I'm at is. It's not the type of site, and I'm on a secure place in it where I'm at the moment. So as I said, we search vehicles, we screening vehicles. Yeah, exactly. So it's like ain't even a time to be having no breaks on that. Yo, we get breaks. Yo, you get a break when there's a time to have a break in it. Like it's one of them ones like a break can happen 8 hours from now. Like I remember, I start at 7:30, 8. Like I just know by time 12, 1 comes. I'm busy to all that period in it. You get me? Even after that, it might die down a little bit, but your stuff is still coming through throughout the day. And I don't finish till 8, so it's like it's long, bro. Like you get breaks when you can, but other than that, it's like it's a graft in it. It's just one of them. We'll still get it over and done with.
So do you feel like you should have documented some of them travels that you took?
100%. I feel like if I had the insight I had now as to where social media is at the time. Most 100%, if I documented all the times of me traveling to and from places, bro, who knows? I would have probably had like bare views on YouTube by now, innit? Like, could be doing stuff like how you men are doing it now, like being able to document and talk to man on a level with certain things. But at the time, I was taking it all in. I wasn't thinking past that. I was very present in every moment in it, which I appreciate, but looking back in hindsight, like maybe if I did take a flick here or a video here and piece it together, like maybe I had something to show in it, but just right now it's like I think it's where it is now for me. It's like where it's probably gonna end up in. Like I'm very much a private person, very chill. Like I will show what needs to be seen in it. Like not everything needs to be documented and shown.
It's not, you know what though. It's not too late, bro. Obviously, I know you probably say the same thing, innit? But it's not too late. Like you could actually legit be like a coach for people that want to get into modeling. Yeah. And like you don't have to be like a coach like 1-to-1. You could be like a TikTok coach. Or something like that.
Yeah, I hear.
Like you could just be like, want to get into modeling, follow these steps.
Yeah, that's true. But I've never thought about it in that type of aspect. I just look at it very, very black and white. Like I'm not like, you know what it is? I can teach people, I can coach people, but it has to be very personal. Like I can't do it over the internet or on a camera. I don't know, man. Like until I do it, I can't say I can't do it in it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Give it a
I try in it, but
that's
I can't lie
bag.
though. I've tried the TikTok thing before. In lockdown, I told you I've tried these things and I've realized it's not me. Like I've tried the fashion thing. Like yo,
comfort zone, though, isn't it?
yeah, like it's taking me out of the comfort zone, but like being able to feel confident enough to do a video in public about, yo, this is what I'm wearing today, this is my trainers, it's this is my tracksuit, this is my watch, whatever. Like I've tried it, like, but I feel very corny inside of
I
me.
didn't just say that.
Yeah, but it's not me in it. Like I've tried it,
But then there's ways of doing it. Let's say you might never have to do a video of yourself having to do the whole, this is what I'm wearing. Like you can do the, you know, like the image ones where it's like, this is what I've modeled for, and then you just show snaps of the places you've modeled for.
And that is true. I haven't looked at it like that. But once again, like once you've seen them once, they ain't like, over the times more it's been the same thing more than once, innit? It hasn't been multiple different brands. It's been like more so the same brand 100 times.
But you know what it is? Saying like with my man that Chat works with, he's not gonna look at it like that. He's gonna look at it like, yo, that's sick. Like he's gonna be more like, you see people that want to be models, they're gonna be, that's your target audience, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Or the young geezers from the city, like man are saying, that don't really know. Like imagine you at your age would have had you now.
Yeah, I've been chilling.
You know what I'm trying to say? Someone that can just, let's look at this geezer's Instagram more, this geezer's TikTok. And then just get bare gems from
like you don't need 100 videos. Like that one video could make me think, frigate, I look like this geezer looks like me, I look like this geezer, I could be a model.
Yeah, 100%. Like I think
that's the thing though. You see about impact and influence, it's not about numbers, innit?
Yeah.
It's just one person that all you need to. You know what I'm trying to say?
One person reach the next person, they reach the next person. Like 100%. I get that.
Because don't get it twisted, even though they're saying a TikTok, bro, this is gonna have that effect on somebody.
Because like he can say to my man, watch this now.
Yeah, 100%.
And now my man could go on and do a mad thing.
Yeah, and I raw hope he does. Like literally anyone that gets in contact with these type of things, I actually do hope my advice helps in it, because once I know it's not gonna happen for everybody that that tries in it. Like it's one of them ones, like it's a dream in it to happen. So to just have it, I'm like a big gas for them to tell me like, yo, I watched the podcast and advice helped, man. Like I found the agency on models.com and Rare Tear it's happening for me. I'm a big gas for them, like, yo, but like my advice helped you do that. Yo, sick. Now make sure you just save your peas in it. But what I will say is, like if modeling's picking up into a point where you don't have to work, then cool in it. But the moment it starts to die down, or you feel like, yo, maybe I should start looking at my other options, yo, just find another way to get another income in. Like find another hobby to get that can source another income, because that's one of the things I've learned whilst modeling. Like being able to have another income is very, very helpful to man, because
takes the pressure off it, innit?
Yeah, because you get paid in advance in it. So there could be times where you have no money in your pocket in it, but you're waiting for a check to come through, but it ain't been paid yet. So you don't having that pressure over your head of like, I can't pay for this, that, pay for that. So just make sure you always got money flowing somehow. You get me? Just while you're doing modeling in it, because as I said, the money can always stop at some point. You don't dictate this game in it. The game takes to you and it's over for you in it. So yeah, just make sure you got peas in your pocket.
So constant cash flow as well as modeling and savings.
Yeah, man. Like as it's like saving in general. Like I'm not the best financial advisor in it, but saving it, like save whatever you can. If it's a £10 to a £20, £100, save what you can, because at some point you're gonna need that in it. And once again, like with modeling, if you're very new to it or you never had a certain amount of money at a time, you're gonna be very spending. Because for me, when I first got it, it's like I was able to buy stuff I never dreamed. I could buy trainers I never had before, trainers that I wanted when I was like 15 but I couldn't afford at the time, you know what I mean? So I was able to buy them now, my big age, like yo, now I got them happy. Like I remember I bought my first Gucci bag, like that was the first thing I ever brought in it. Spent £700 on the bag, don't know why.
The backpack.
Yeah, you get me? So it's like, I don't know why, but I never had £700 before to spend on a bag, you get me? So it's like, why not? Like never had like trainers before that I wanted, so why not in it? But I very quickly learned that having those things are cool, like little trophies here and there, but I'm gonna need that money at some point. Like that you don't know what's gonna happen in a couple months' time in it. So that £700 I spent there, I could have had to spend on this, that, and the third in it. So that's why I say have a constant cash flow, because you don't know what's gonna happen with your P's in it. So long as you got like a rainy day fund for something, you're happy in it. Because for me personally, for the amount of years I modelled at the time before COVID hit, I saved a amount of money in it. I was gonna buy myself a little watch, like a little present to myself, like, oh, you did well throughout this whole time in it. I was gonna put a deposit down for a yard, like all little things in it. But when COVID hit, all that changed the plans for my money. My money went on to rent and surviving and paying bills in it because I had to. Without that money, would I have a roof over my head? No. So it was a catch-22. I was upset that I spent all that money. I had that money, couldn't use the way I wanted to use it. But if I never had it saved in the first place, where would I be living? How would I be surviving? How would I be able to keep my head above water? So that's why I say, like, as long as you got a rainy day fund, at some point, you're going to need it.
I think it makes you think clearer as well, because if you ain't got that peace there, you're going to be thinking more, oh, why ain't I getting no jobs?
Yeah, like, exactly.
Oh, this is shit. Oh, fuck it.
There we go. And so that's that pressure of it. And then when you don't be getting work, and for me, at the time when modelling started happening, like, I was very, very self-conscious. I used to think, is it me? Is like, am I the reason why I'm not getting work and whatnot? And the first, so that played a part of my mental health a little bit. I was very down the dumps and thinking, it must be me and why I'm not getting work, and really tearing the third. So,
or the tattoos that I got now,
like stuff like that started playing a part in it. When I realised, but when work started coming in, it's like, oh, maybe it's not that. I snapped out of it instantly in it. But
mindset.
As I said, like, if you allow that world to dictate, or the money particularly, just to dictate how you are, who you are, you're gonna be very miserable in it. Because I said, the moment the work stops, you be thinking, is it me, or when's the work coming again? Like, you gotta have something keep going in it.
So even then, let's touch on that then, because you're saying, like, you look at some of your old pictures and that, you look younger, and now you look older. Like, does that play on your mind?
Blood, other than thinking that I've wasted time in some aspects, like I could have done a bit more there. Like, nah, man, like, I feel like, the age I'm at now, the way I'm looking now, like, yo.
I mean, I can't say it, but
you get me? So, like, I'm feeling myself, and like as the beards come in, like, and I shave, I'm like, yo, I need to get this stubble back rapid in it. Like, I don't look the same like how I see myself now in it. But the young me is the young me, and like, yo, I'm happy to be him. Yeah, like, I'm happy to have a version of me that was just living in it. But where I'm at now and how I'm looking now, like, I can't lie, man. You know
what's mad? I feel like it's different for women then, because
working on doors at the moment and clubs and stuff, like, women, they're very comfortable with their age in it. Like, they're happy knowing it. Some women are happy knowing that they're old or older than most. But some of them do like that compliment or being asked for the ID to make them feel a bit like, oh, maybe I do look a bit younger. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, it plays a part in it. But for us, man, we know in it, like, yo, like, we don't care. And like, we look good or we don't. We know what it is when we look in the mirror. Yeah. Not every guy's going to say, I've got the sauce. But the guys that know they got it, they got it in it.
Yeah.
So I was going to say?
What I was going to say was just like, maybe like a woman getting older within like the modelling industry is different to a guy getting older in the modelling industry, innit? Because
I ain't met a lot of female models. I met the few that I've had like conversations with, but nothing in the such that, we're close friends now to see where their life is heading. But I just look at it like, the industry was always there to begin with, innit? Like, male modelling came out of nowhere from doing my research, came out of the blue in it for men. Like, it was Tyson Beckford, the first black male model, and all them these man there in it.
I swear that he was the first black model.
Well, for like, Ralph, right? That's my understanding of who my man is.
How long has Ralph been around?
For years, bro.
Like hundreds of years?
Nah, not hundreds. Like, from the early 80s, 90s, I would say.
It's a white man thing, innit?
Because it was around, they were around the same time Tommy Hilfiger were around in it. Like, they were like the similar brands in it.
But then he was just the first black model.
Yeah. Cool. To be on a fashion brand.
I thought you were saying the first ever model in Ralph was a black man.
Nah, wow. Okay.
But he was the first black model.
Yeah, for Ralph in it.
I heard Ralph was racist at one point though.
I don't know.
They've said that about every brand.
Yeah, it's true.
Every brand, every person has probably been racist at some point, and it probably said a wrong racist joke. I mean, just took that and written it down somewhere. It's like, yeah, man, my man's been racist to me forever. But who knows?
There was one brand where my mum would never let me wear that. I don't think it was Tommy. It was like,
it probably was Tommy, you know. I heard something about Tommy as well.
It was either name me a brand that's like similar to Tommy.
Whoa, there's a lot Burberry.
Ralph Lauren.
No. Like in it's Tommy.
Nah.
It's Vivian Westwood.
What, Phoebe? Nah.
Is Tommy the
It's like the
Ben
red-
Sherman? I'm sure Ben Sherman.
That's the bullseye thing, brother, in it. Ain't that?
Yeah.
And it says Ben Sherman like that in writing.
It was either Ben Sherman or Tommy, and my mum would not let. Like I used to see, like she used to have the catalogs. Remember the catalogs? Back in the
Yeah,
day?
blood. Argos catalogs. All the pages.
No, not Argos. It was like
Little Woods thing.
Little Woods and that. Yeah. So I used to flip the catalog. I'm like, oh, I like that jumper. We're not wearing that. We're not wearing that. That man doesn't. Blah blah blah. So I can't remember what brand it was, but that stuff is very real.
100%.
So what are some brands that you'd want to model for then?
That I want to.
Yeah. If you haven't already modeled for them.
This is the wish list now.
The wish list. All of them. All the ones I ain't model for. I can't lie. Like the list is whatever the list
What's
is.
what's one that comes to you straight away that you think, yo, Gucci?
Nah, see, man say Gucci, but nah. Like,
I'm trying to just give you some
nah,
ideas. You say all of them.
Like Gucci would be great. Like I would never say no. I would never turn my nose up to it. If it came. I'd be gassed in it. But I don't know, man. That's a hard one to think about. I don't know. I feel like
You ain't seen no brands recently. Like, yo, I'd love to model that, wear that hoodie on camera.
Oh yeah, if you see man in the club, think, yo, if that was me in that picture, I would pull that off way. Like,
nah, man. Like that's the thing in it. Like for me, because modeling was never the thing like that for me. I was never really like, it's like fashion's an interest for me. More so just clothes and silhouettes, not whatever's going on in the industry. So I'm just there for work in it. But honestly, like I'll take any brand that's willing to work with, man. Like, you get me? The fact that you're willing to work with, man, I appreciate it. I'm just an average brother. Like to me, honestly, I'm very humbled in it. So I'll tell myself, I'm an average brother from Brum. He had an opportunity to just do some greatness. Thank you for the opportunity to do some more greatness. You get me? So that's how I just look at it. So any brand really, but just like it's gonna be one of them good brands, just any high fashion brand. So yes, the Gucci this, the Balmain that.
what, babe?
Yeah, but once again, but Nigo's not there in it, so it's upsetting.
Supreme.
I'll take Supreme in it.
Bloody, bro,
I'll take a Supreme. Yeah, all of us. Look, I got the boxes on now. I can't show man, but yeah, get me.
Supreme Dream. I ain't never seen somebody wear Supreme. Like, you know, for me, Supreme was such a hype beast.
Yeah.
Like, so, like when I see somebody in Supreme, I'm like, you went to the ends of the earth to get that. Especially in England.
But I don't. I was just very much on the app, and I was very much lucky enough to go. Like, but see, once again, I never got stuff that if I liked it, and I never got stuff that I deemed was because it was popular.
Yeah, you've never really been a reseller on that.
I never like everything that I own, fashion wise, I own to wear in it. So it's like all my Supreme stuff, I wear it all. Like
Supreme beanies, box logo tees, jumpers, hoodie. Like I'm seeing this and I'm thinking, yo, these skis.
Yeah, but once again, like that's off the back of through the time of modeling, accumulating so much money, and then wanting stuff that I know I wouldn't be able to afford if I didn't have the money there to access to. So it was like, yo, why not buy a hoodie? Or buy a hoodie for $150? But look at it now, like why am I buying a hoodie for $150, bro? You get me? I could for $150, I could make 10 hoodies. You get me? Of my own design. Realistically, that's just me looking at it now at 28 with the understanding of the industry what I have of it.
It's just cool that you did it though.
Yeah, 100%.
You can say you did it.
I've got Supreme in it. Most man don't have Supreme. Like
facts.
And man,
most people buy the clothes that you got.
Man ain't got Supreme that I've got in it. So that's just how I look at it. Like
tell him.
I've got body warmers and coats and pullovers and stuff that I know man would like. Yo,
what else?
Wait, where do you keep all these clothes?
From the website, like bro,
I'm saying, where do you keep all these clothes? It sounds like you got bare shit
in my yard. Like
that's something like it sounds like you got bare shit. No,
nah. See, once again, like it's like
walk-in wardrobe.
Nah, so it's more like a rack. Like I've got like a built one thing in it where like you hang your stuff. It's like you walk into a shop, it's like that, and it's like yo, everything's on display. Like my jackets are on display, tees on like not my tees, but all my stuff that I wear on display in it. So yeah, like my coats and stuff. My coats are seasonal in it, so I've got a couple coats that I'll only wear depending on the time. I got like one Supreme coat. It depends where I'm at, where I'm going. I don't really wear it all the time. But if I need to look fly to go somewhere, but I know it's gonna be cold, it might rain, I slap that on. It's black and grey in it, so I know it can blend with something. And I got stuff that I'd wear specifically in summer or seasonal type stuff in it, like pullover or quarter zip. Like it just depends what I'm feeling on the day. But everything is stays in my yard. It's got a place somewhere. You get me? So it'd be on a hanger or fold up in a drawer or something, but it'll be there in my yard. But yeah, Preem's the one still. Preem and a bit of Palace, but mostly Preem.
Have you thought about moving to like New York or anything?
I can't lie, like America's been on the cards for a minute, innit? But once again, finances, like for me to get there now, where I'm at now in life, would be a struggle, innit?
So somebody flew you out right now and paid for everything you're going?
100%, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I am not double thinking. I ain't gonna say no. Like once I've never been there. I'd love to experience that, like the culture of America. Yes, it's a mad place from what I've seen. It would be very scary as a black man to be over there. But I want to go to America, innit? Because once again, models have told me like, yo, if I get there, work-wise, it would be sick. But experience-wise, what I've watched through movies and TV, I'm in New York City, the Big Apple, man. Like, you know what I mean? So I've just been living it up. So I'd be happy, man.
So what, you couldn't go to your agency and be like, you know what, I'm thinking about moving to New York, like what? Because I'm sure Elite, they got New York.
Yeah, they're probably doing it, but once again, it would just be it would be for me to get there and then being able to get the working visa while I'm out there and all that stuff like that, and then that's if they even want to sign when I'm out there. Like I can get there and I'm like, you know what, like mate, nah. Maybe,
what are you doing?
You get me? So it's a risk to take in it. So I speak to my friend about it not long ago. So maybe like when I can afford to go out there, just for even a holiday in it, or for like a week or so, if I can get to America at some point, definitely just take the time out for a couple of days or a day or so to go see some agencies out there and try and network, man. Because I do want to have the opportunity to be out there, innit?
That would be so active.
Yeah, man.
You might can fly out there with just a couple man or 2-3 men and be like, yo, fuck it, let's just.
But I know a man who I met through modelling, yeah, who used to live in London. He's called Tunde, you get me? He's now in America, living, working, just chilling. Like he ain't come back. I feel like he comes back every now and again for like family stuff and that whatever. But I'm just in the States living, like earning a living through modelling, you get me? So it's like it can work for someone. So if that's an opportunity for me, I'll take it, innit? 100%.
That's sick. This is that risk though, innit?
Yeah, a risk. 100%.
Life is a fucking risk, man.
You don't take the risks, you're gonna be sitting waiting, and sitting and waiting don't get you nowhere, innit? That's one thing I've learned, innit? You gotta get up and go get it. Nothing meets you halfway. Yeah, you gotta go grab that. Like blessings don't just fall in your lap, innit? Like if you don't work at some point towards it, you're not gonna get it. That's what I've learned, bro. So it's like you've always gotta keep working because you might not think it's coming, but when you think it's not, it's around the corner. But you just don't stop persevering. You know what I mean? So wherever it is, you gotta keep working towards it.
Oh, sick though. So what's like so yeah, how, you know, like, okay, let's say we're from the inner city, innit? Like how did you embrace being a model? Because it's not like the normal thing to do, innit?
Oh yeah.
Like how was that in terms of like, yo?
It was weird still because once again my understanding of modelling was just two things. Naomi Campbell and Britain's Next Top Model. Other than that, my assumptions of it was just very much, this ain't for me, innit? But
why was that though?
Just because of the misconception of thinking it's just pure like homosexuality and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, like there's nothing wrong with it, innit? But that is the industry. Anywhere you go, you're gonna meet individuals who are not like you, innit? So having the fear of thinking of like man might try and move to me and whatnot, just based on those young thoughts in it at the time. So it's like I was very just unsure.
Was you thinking about like what people are gonna think of you as well?
Yeah, 100%. And like, am I gonna be forced to wear certain clothes I'm not comfortable with, and certain things, little things that I'm not sure about, just thinking that could happen to man. But once I'm in it and realize like, yo, this is nothing what I thought about. Like, yo, if anything, man are treating me like I'm super royalty, even I'm raw just nothing. Like I'm raw just a brother who's come here to work for the day. You know what I mean? Man are just, yo, you want some water? You got water? You ate some food? Like, yo, this is sick. You get me? Like, man, I'm coming off a plane. Man, having your name on a card like this. I'm just like, man, I don't even know that's me. Like, yo, man, are saying, let me carry your suit. I'm like, nah, bro, it's my suit. What you doing with my suitcase? Man, like, don't worry, I carry it. I'm like, bet. So I'm gonna carry my suitcase. I'm in the car. Like there's water in the car already. Like
Used to
little
be in
things.
some bad boy hotels as well. When he used to FaceTime me and show me the tours of the hotels and that. I ain't never seen this. He was the first geezer I ever seen with a hotel. The telly used to have his name on there.
Yeah, it was sick. I think that was I think when I used to go to Amsterdam, it was one of the hotels. You get me, you would just check in and you go to the room and say good evening, car rolling. So I was like sick. You get me? I was like, this is sick.
You're like, cuz look at this. I'm like, what's your name? Dude, that name? Like,
you get me? So it was just sick because once again, like I was living in the city, I had no need to book a hotel. I had a yard. You get me? I was living with my mum in it, so I had no need to book a hotel. You get me? I was never leaving the country really because I couldn't afford to. So being able to fly out, go to these places, stay in fancy hotels for a little bit, being able to indulge in a little bit of culture, and just being able to go, you know what, this is sick. You get me? So again, I keep saying it over and over, but it's very humbling. But I appreciate every moment that I just like whatever Milan's done for me. I appreciate it all, bro, because I was able to do stuff I wasn't there able to do off my own back in it. What it would have took me years to grind to do, I was able to do in a few months, a few years. So yeah, man, happy days.
That's 16. So what's one thing that surprised you about the industry?
One thing that surprised me, that it's not what I thought in it. And once again, like I thought it'd be very, very, man, it forced me to do stuff that's very uncomfortable and whatnot. But like I realized, like I have the freedom to say yes or no to stuff I don't want in it. Like it's not, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like,
did it work around you as well?
Yeah, man. But at the same time, I've learned to work with certain stuff in it, because like once again, I've learned you could be doing a shoot in it. The photographer be like, yo, pose like this. Like in my head, I'm thinking,
ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way, cause like nah. I mean, or it could be like you're just bare uncomfortable. I man got me standing like this or sitting like this. I'm like, yo, it's uncomfortable, man. But when you take the photo and whatnot, you look at it, you're like, okay, like. You gotta take your ego out of it. It ain't about me. I'm just a human mannequin. And then like, yes, I got good looks, cool in it, but at the end of the day, I'm here to advertise the clothes that they put on me in it. So the time they sit a certain way, it ain't about me trying to feel cool or comfortable, like whatnot. It's more so what are they trying to capture?
How does it look?
Yeah. So when I'm looking at that aspect of it, of being on the reverse side of the camera, working with the photographer, it's like, alright, cool. So when it's time to do this, it's more so, it ain't about me. It's more so what they're trying to get in it. So I work with them like that. It's a bit of give and take again. But
you reckon that came with age?
Yeah, 100%. But again, I didn't mind not doing something that I weren't too comfortable with. If it was completely out of the box, I weren't doing it in it. But I didn't mind just trying something just to see what it would look like in it. So from that, I gained a little bit more experience. So every time I was doing the job here, experience gained. XP gain and everything that I've done, you get me? I was gassed.
That's 16.
That's an XP gain.
Yeah, nah, every little work, I can't, like, you take a little bit, little piece from everything in it, like from different photographers, from different stylists, from different individuals that you just come across in general. You take a piece of it, no matter good and bad in it, so you know what to do, what not to do.
Life is actually like a game, innit?
Yeah, it is.
Like, man, make all these jokes and these references to like video games and that, but life's too similar to like an RPG, innit?
I think life is a game.
You see what I'm trying to say? But it's like, you know, like an RPG. You know what RPG is? You know, like Final Fantasy. So like,
I thought RPG is like a shooter, innit?
Nah. That's a first part. No, that's a FPS or there's a shooter.
You do too much now.
Sorry. So like an RPG is like a role playing game.
This is where game comes out. You know, the real technical guy comes in.
But, so like, you know, like an RPG, like you start at like level 0, you go around, you meet new people, then you gain experience, and with the experience, like your powers get stronger, your ability to talk to people gets better.
It's like playing 2K from the beginning. And you're in career mode.
I don't even play game.
Oh wow!
No, but I know what 2K is. I know what 2K is.
Yeah, like but any game with career mode in it.
Okay,
basically you start from scratch and you're just doing bits and pieces, level up all the way through.
Okay.
So your speech gets better. So because you're a higher level now, you can go speak to that person that you spoke to at the beginning. But now you've got a higher level. He's telling you more because he thinks you're ready.
Okay, yeah.
Your fireballs are stronger.
Okay,
All of this. So I'm just saying this to me is what life's like.
I can't lie, but my tooth is fucking.
Still,
you got toothache, bro?
I think so, blood.
You think so? Now you know.
Yeah, I know so, blood. But yo, Last place, man.
Last place.
Last place, man.
Speaking of last place,
Speaking of,
what does last place mean to you, bro?
you know what? You know what's funny? I know everyone says this, but I was sitting there, not here specifically, but I was sitting on the way here thinking, what does last place mean to me? Like, I remember everyone says it, innit? But deep down to me, it's just like, if you're in last place, you can always reach first, innit? Like, you're at the bottom, there's nowhere further for you to go other than forward. So it's like, if I'm in last place, I can keep going forward. There's always obstacles for me to like go over and beat, and I'm gonna get where I need to get to. It can take however long it's gonna take, but I'm gonna get there no matter what. That's what it means to me still. Can't lie.
I love that. Fun fact, GGKARLO over here was one of the first people that heard the last place idea from me. He was here when it was originally Emo Boys.
Emo Boys to roll them back. Come on, boy.
Oh shit.
To roll them back, you know. I was still screaming that for a minute.
I'm Ross. Don't be screaming that sometimes, bro. Yeah, so
Turn around and die.
turn around and die. So before last place, there was a thing called Emo Boys. Emo Boys was sad. It was so sad. It was just
Yeah,
like
we was going through it at that point, so like we were just consoling each other through our upsets.
What are the origins of Emo Boys then?
so Emo Boys.
Speak on it.
So things just weren't going right at it. Like
Just
anything.
Life.
I'm joking.
You're too specific for me. You know?
Yeah, very specific. I realised this about Ty, you know.
I went to lie.
He
So
wants to get to the details, you know.
things weren't going right for man. Whether it was like money, women, whatever, and then like we used to be like emo boys. Like you, obviously emos, you know, they tend to wear black, you know, wear makeup, you know, just have a certain
Mantra about them.
a certain personality, like, you know, they don't really talk too much. So we was just like playing on that, like, you know, with emos kind of thing. So emo boys was a thing. We just like the last place thing. We were just making something that was kind of just like not frowned upon, but you know, when people are just like, that person's an emo, or it's a bit emo for me, and we just made it kind of cool, and we're just being fun because none of us are emos at all.
Nah.
But you know, some of our experiences could have turned us emo, so it's kind of like. So it was just a bit of a fun little play on words as well. So yeah, emo boys kind of shifted into last place, and then last place actually made a lot more sense in terms of like everything, even branding as well. So it was a cool little evolution.
Still doing that the turtle shouting.
That could come still. That could come
remember
still.
that as well.
We'll speak on that next time though. We'll come back to it.
All right then.
But yeah, we love that. We love that.
Boys.
Still well
Emo boys.
Yeah, I remember one of the times, but
Nah,
Walking to the gym and that, innit?
we were going through it, boy.
Cause she used to be screaming emo, but he's like, emo boys to the world and back. But we're in the world. So it's like we're underworld. So where are we coming back from?
Yeah, man.
It just felt right.
It did. He was just like, what we need to say at the right time. I was like, it sums up everything. Like emo boys, so roll them back. Like it just made everything better. Not what he was going through.
It was unity. Like man, it was like, you're not alone. You're not going through this nonsense.
You said that, and he was like, yeah, man, it ain't just me.
Pretty much.
so yeah. Where do you see yourself then in 5 to 10 years time then?
5
Whether
to 10
that's
years. So
modeling, anything, your own aspiration, career goals, life goals.
10 years, I'll be 38. Why?
Stop tapping up the mic.
Sorry. 38. I don't know, man. I'd be happy. I want to say I want to be happy and content where I'm at in it. Like, I'm never going to not be a hard worker, because once again, I understand about what you put in, you get out in life in it. So I'd always be working hard to strive to what I want. I want to be able to enjoy my time in it. So that's the beauty of life. Like, I've learned with money becomes the availability to have your own free time in it. Like, money is time. So that's what I hope I have in the next 10 years, be able to just like, I can wake up, do what I want, but at the same time, I know I'm getting paid from doing what I want. You know what I mean? That they ain't got to worry about this bill getting paid, is that bill getting paid. Like, I'm just very comfortable and happy, bro. That's where I see myself in the next 5 to 10 years. Because other than that, I'm not doing much other than trying to work towards what I want to have in it. So, as I told you guys earlier, I want to try start a little toy brand in it. So that's, in the next 5 to 10 years, I want to see that at a point where it's doing what I want it to do. Even if it's not doing drastic numbers in it, but being able to sell 10 toys or something would be enough for me to feel like, you know what, I'm able to had a dream put in place. I'm able to see it through at some point in it. Like, I don't have to be doing nothing drastic, but we're able to do it. Yeah, man. Just the fact that I'm able to see it and do it is enough for me in it. So, yeah, next 5-10 years, just being able to do what I set out to be doing, which is just being happy, working, being comfortable, being happy, being healthy,
being yourself.
Yeah, man. Literally being true to who I am.
You know, even like to touch on the health thing, like I feel like recently I've just been realizing like how important health is, but like,
yeah,
you know, like your body feeling good.
Yeah, you feel it like your body tells you when it needs a certain amount of rest, but we don't tend to listen to our body too tough. We're like thinking like, yeah, nah, take a couple of hours sleep, I'll be fine. Take a couple of paracetamol, I'll be blessed. Like, nah, like, bro, you need a rest, yo. Like, I don't really get sick throughout the years in it, but I just know the moment I'm ill or get a cold, it's me suffer for a week in it. So I try to make sure I'm doing everything else between to me. I'm having my vitamins, having my veg and stuff just to keep topped up, you get me? Because as I said, bro, like, if you're not taking care of yourself, how you meant to go work to earn peas, then how you meant to just function. And then, when you're stressing that you're not working, and then now you're making yourself ill because you're stressing. This is a cycle of unhealthiness.
Who does this sound like? I've heard this before.
Nah, I know. But obviously, man, you know what it is? I was just thinking like, like, I was even thinking like, maybe I have to go vegan, but like, I was thinking like, I just want to feel good every single. Like, obviously, mentally you can feel good, but you don't feel. But like, like having a toothache right now, I don't want to feel like that. Yeah,
I can't lie, bro.
Like, it hurts.
You have to go to the dentist for that. No food is gonna help that. The only thing I can suggest, some dental gel, or whatever it is. I don't know.
What's that oil called? That numbs the thing. You can have mine still.
I've heard something like that, but I've got some. I remember I had a toothache and I used some it's not Banjella, but it's something like that, and it was like the Novocaine. It's called Nova Gel or something like that. It's just like a numbing gel. Like you put that on it and it numbs the shit out of it. I remember just having to have that because my toothache was peaks though. So yeah, try that. But yeah, man, I try that stuff.
Yeah, how because I can't think straight when there's like.
Your mouth's going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I'm a man that I just soldier through anything, blood. Like, I don't go doctors with that, blood. You get me?
What?
It's bad. It sounds bad, but I soldier through it. Like, I just, fuck it.
As a black man, I'm gonna say our misconception of health and not going to the doctors is a thing where we have been mistold throughout the years, and go to the if you unsure about something, go to the doctors, man, because once again, a pain could be a pain now. We don't know what it's going to be in 5-10 years later. It could be something like you could prevent something just by like, let me just go check.
So your jaw could fall off.
You get me? I was okay, like, you're better safe than sorry, because I just said like your jaw might not fall off, but who knows? You could have a mad thing just going on in there now. You'll take out the whole of your tooth now. You get me? Now you got nerves and then your half face just hanging like this.
That's worse than your jaw.
There we go. You get me? So you just gotta go sort that out. But yeah, man, like don't be afraid. Like doctors are there to help in it. They ain't got all the answers, but they can try sum up to something that what it could be in it. But as I said, if you wanna go vegan, go vegan. Got a couple of boys that are vegan, like my best friend CJ, tattooist in it.
Shout out CJ.
Come on, man. Apex Inc.
Apex Inc. We're finna.
Yeah.
So we're finna get. Obviously, CJ, you're probably gonna watch this. We're finna get you on here as well, bro. Yeah.
I want to chat to Hoodrich as well.
Yeah. Well, Hoodrich, last place is here in it. So if these guys reach out, come on, work with us, please. But yeah, Apex Inc. CJ, he's vegan. His boy Gassa vegan. Darius, my boy, he's also turned vegan. You get me? When I was in Barcelona, shout out Hoodrich, gang, love for that. Brought me out this year to go shoot in Barcelona.
You went? Because I remember you saying you wasn't sure.
Yeah, so I was waiting on timings, but yeah, man, went there with Hoodrich, shot for a couple of days. Able to spend the next couple of days by myself with the man them in the sun and that, good in it. But my boy is vegan, and the man that I was with also out there was vegan, so when I was going to eat food,
vegan,
I was indulging the veganism, you get me?
It's fire?
Bro, I can't lie. Long as it tastes like what I believe it tastes like, I'm happy. You know me? They had a burger, bro. I can't lie. This burger was burgering no before. The cheese was cheesing. You get me? Vegan cheese was cheesing. Like I know vegan cheese not to melt in it and just be a bare stiff. Nah, bro. This burger was plant based. Tastes like a beef burger. Cheese tastes like normal cheddar cheese. You know what I mean? Burger sauce, made from scratch, vegan thing, tastes like burger sauce. I was like, nah, I could live here off this. You know what I mean?
So the burger was alive.
I think I might do I don't think I could do 100% vegan.
So a vegetarian.
Nah, I'll probably do the mix and match.
Yeah, I mix
like
and match
a week.
myself in it. Like I dibble and dabble. Like I don't get me wrong, I eat chicken, I eat lamb and that there in it. I indulge in a little pork sandwich here and there. You get me? You get me?
Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, but at the same time, like if man show me a vegan option to something, I'm not shy to like try it. And there's some vegan kebab that I tried. You know what I mean? It's made from pea protein. You fry this thing in water. Like I was like, water? You fry the thing in water from frozen? Yes, fam. It turned to kebab.
Isn't that like boiling?
Yeah, but it fried. I don't know, bro. I don't understand the science behind it, but it fried. It became normal kebab. It was brown. It was like kebab. It tasted like kebab. It smelled like kebab. But it was made from pea protein, no meat in it.
But it wasn't kebab.
It wasn't kebab, but it was a kebab which I could go like, you know what? Let me eat some chips with this.
And that's healthy though, blood. Yeah. It's what I'm
You
mad.
get me? Like, so there are options like your normal day food, but it's more so. It's, as I said, it's more so the texture of the food, and if it doesn't taste what you want it to taste, like you're not gonna enjoy it. Like I don't like eating soy protein because the soy, you know, the stuff behind it's like, yeah, I don't even mess with the soy stuff. I'd rather just keep how I'm keeping. But if you can give me like a plant-based thing with no soy and like whatever the options, I'm happy to try it still. Happy. But once again, like, I got chicken in my fridge, so I'll eat that when I get home. You know what I mean? But tomorrow I might have a vegan chicken burger or sausage roll. You know what I mean? Vegan sausage roll from Greg's, stuff like that. Because they do kind of slap still, but as you can feel it in your body, and when it's like, you know, you eat like meat, you feel a bit down in it, like you can feel it in your body, like it ain't really processing the way you want to process. But when you eat like your fruit, your veg, like you feel full, but you still got energy to go do stuff.
Cause it's like
your body feels cleaner.
Yeah, at one point I was having like a fruit, like a shake in the morning, like smoothie,
like a smoothie cleanse,
bro. Like it just you just felt good.
Yeah, smoothies fill you up as well. That's the thing. Like smoothie can fill you up in like a glass of like fruit and a bit of oats. Like you'd be surprised, like, yo, this actually is alright. So I used to do smoothie bowls with oats with the fruit and that. I indulge in that for a bit, but man start buying the fruit, so man not have them no more.
That's the thing, man. I go shopping all the time, and I don't really be buying fruits like that.
Because the fruit you want, the fruit they don't have in it, and then if they have it, it's expensive. Well, I say the stuff that you want is expensive.
Because I'm a man that likes
fruit is so shit as well.
No, it's not.
Aldi fruit is so mean.
Blood, don't
Aldi
disrespect
fruit.
Aldi, bro.
Aldi's top tier, man.
Exactly.
Like, yo.
I think Aldi's so mean.
Yo, they even price mark with Tesco. Tesco looks at Aldi to price mark their things.
When's the last time you had Aldi?
Ages. Bro.
Oh, wow.
Tesco, innit?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I think Aldi's so meaty, blood.
Money long over here, you know.
I get going down to end, so go to that specific Aldi is long in it, but Aldi's lit in it, but you gotta go Aldi every now, because sometimes the money's a bit tight, you get me, so Aldi's got everything you need for a little bit cheaper.
This man does his weekly shopping Tesco.
Tesco, I can't, like, Tesco's only convenient, like, I can't be asked to go to the shop
and even when it's convenient to just quickly grab something.
I think quality though, blood.
No, the quality is the same, man. You're getting fooled by Tesco's prices.
Nah.
I would having a club card. That's the only benefit I've been at Tesco, the club card thing.
It's all the same, fam. Don't get it twisted. Okay, there's certain things like bagels. The bagels in Aldi are meaty compared to like New York.
But the brioche bun things though. Come on, man.
Yeah, no. Man, I know about Aldi. I'm not shitting on Aldi, but I just think in comparison, this can be a bit meaty.
If you did like a fruit shop, so let's say you spend.
We don't want to go about how much to spend in comparison to Aldi.
Yeah, like fruits, bro.
Dumb.
If you spent £10 on fruits in Tesco, you'd get the same amount for about £5 in FX.
That's just true.
5 bananas, blood.
It's
true. Just 5 bananas, you know.
Everything's brazen, yeah.
It is, but Tesco's convenient though because they're everywhere at the moment and they got delivery. Sometimes if I did delivery, like Jano, Aldi be seeing me more often, but they don't. So when I just like, I need to set on a specific date because right now, because I'm working, it's like to find time to go to Aldi is a myth.
It's because it's too cheap. Like the drivers wouldn't be able to break even with the delivery
You
charge.
better just catching a taxi, going there yourself and catch a taxi back in it.
Facts.
I wouldn't do that. That makes no sense. So I just order a Tesco shop sometimes. Get all my waters, get all my fruit, like my frozen fruit and that. Cause like that's how I make my smoothies. You get me frozen fruit and that.
I need some of this modelling money.
But it's just normal £2 money. I told you get a club card. It cuts that price like this.
But whenever I go shopping and I use my club card, bro, that's because
you ain't buying stuff that says It is £4 and it was £2 of club card.
Tesco's a big, like, you know, Tesco's the biggest finesse.
Everything that I don't want in Tesco is club card price, bro. But everything I want is.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But the only thing that I like buying from Tesco, which is I'm happy to buy, is Angel. No, Mr. Keeping the Angel cake slices. They're like £4 a pack, but another £2 when you the club card. I can run a couple of those now.
Why the big bag of Doritos like $150 now?
Yeah, and it's still full of air. So we used to go speak to these men, you know.
The Doritos don't be
They've been
Doritos.
scamming, man, from how long, you know, a bag full of air.
And the seasoning ain't even the same on them either.
Yeah, meaty.
Which one meaty? Which one's is
I
chili heat wave?
bought some orange ones the other day, blood.
Chili heat wave's still my
Tastes
favorite
like it was
crisp.
plain, blood.
Nah, but see, I
I
realized
bought it from Bassman, to be honest.
What?
So I don't know if Bassman is tampered with them. Wow. You tampered with them, blood.
Man said the dates was gone on them.
Bassman got like
Suck them out, blood.
Bassman got
Best before.
Bassman got the plain pack and the chili heat wave and mixed them up just to make it stretch and seal the packs back.
The man would do that as well, blood. Shout out Bassman, though.
No, we love that shot. But yo, come to the end, you know. So
Swear down.
yeah. It's a nice,
Raw.
it's a nice one, man. So we're gonna hit them with the quote of the week.
Which is
We got a Tycoon suffering
I'm
over
suffering,
here.
blood. Oh my god, I'm suffering.
So Tycoon, you should go first. I don't think you can put my one on here. Nah, you pattern yours. You read yours, and I'll sort it out while you're talking about your thing.
Okay, yeah. So, my quote of the week is: sometimes the blessings come after you think it's over, and it's mad because you mentioned that earlier, and that was my quote of the week still. So yeah, did I screenshot it?
I remember. I think I did it. Or was it on your other phone?
It was on my other phone. Nah, sorry. So yeah,
yeah, you man, I love you, man. You know, you man are funny, you know.
yeah. So So yeah, sorry. Yeah, my quote of the week is: sometimes the blessings come after you think it's over. And yeah, Carl, you mentioned it earlier as well. So that's what I was thinking when you said it. I was like, shit, that's for my quote of the week.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because as you said, like it comes after in it. Like you never think it's gonna come, but the moment you think it's not instant, like yo, yeah, man, safe. But as long as you keep working towards it, it's gonna happen at some point. It's not gonna happen there and then. Of course, it's not. It takes time for it to accumulate. The blessings gotta workflow. But like I said, as long as you keep going, it's there, innit?
Facts. And just to touch on that, it's like you said, you touched on it perfectly. But I would just say like it's just making you realize that never giving up in it. Like,
Bro,
it's mad, like the power of never giving up is so fucking mad. Like, and even I've been realizing it the other day. Like, there's some certain things like it's mad because it's like. When you think about it, it's like when you don't give up, it's saying like the blessings will come at that moment where you want to give up in it, or at that moment where you could have gave up. It's like, yo, just that last time that you might have just said, you know what, fuck it. Then it's like what you wanted just happens, isn't it?
Yeah, now like life can get the better of you in it. Like it can. That's what life is for. It's a test every day to see who you are in it as a person, what character you've got. So you're able to wake up every day, and despite what's going on, like it could be the worst day you're having, the worst week you're having, but you're able to wake up and go, you know what? Despite all this, I'm gonna make something happen. But you're winning in life, innit? Like, and that's that never giving up attitude, which you said, and like, don't ever give up. Like, it's gonna get better at some point. Not right now, but at some point, just keep positive. It will get better. So I'm glad you said that still, bro, because like that's where I'm at right now. Like, just it's a long graft in it, but I'm still gotta move forward. Left foot, right foot, still gotta move forward. You get me?
Because that's you know what it is. And then when you look up now and you look back and you're like, fuck, you know, like, yo,
I was stressing about that.
Man got through that time, blood. Yeah, man, I was stressing about that.
Because it's like, remember that we was talking about the post thing? How like we were talking about like doing the socials for the social media is like a long.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously it's like, we wasn't planning on giving up, but it's just like, you know, it can just be long and tedious, I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. And then look, Dame Dash reposted that video, bro.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
like,
talking about the day before. The day before, like, yo.
And that there just made it all of a sudden worth it.
It reinforces everything that you've been thinking about, and like, yo, everything man I've been saying through all the podcasts, like, it just reinforces that, and like, yo, it reaches somebody at some point. Yo, someone's tapped Dame and gone, yo, you've seen this, or Dame's seen it himself and gone, yo, look at this, now it's tapped means other people going, yo, who are these man from Birmingham, last place? Who are these man? Man are going, yo. But the talking sense though, so it's like, man, I'm gonna tap in now. Be like, if Dame's tapping in, these man about something in it. And
that's the thing. Obviously it was a post that we got from somewhere else, and it was branded it with our shit. But what it's done for the page, and like, there's enough American people that has come to man's page, and people that has followed man and started liking up like bare of our posts. So even if it wasn't our content that got reposted, it was just like the attention that we got on the page.
Yeah,
because still you still selected that particular piece.
Yeah.
Like I know Myman's got 1,000 things in that interview. But you particularly chose that individual piece, and that's what's attracted people to it, including himself. Myman's probably forgot he said those things, bro. But you get me?
That is true. But that's the thing. Let's go back to the quote. It's like, as a man saying, like, man was talking about just how much of a graft this can be in it. Like, man, not getting paid from this, you get me?
Yeah.
But it's time consuming.
But it's paying itself though.
Yeah, like the feedback man are getting, and people saying, yo, the fuck with it and that. It's like,
that's enough currency for man.
That's enough currency for man.
And that's what it is. Like, you're aligning yourself with what you actually want to do, and like, when you're doing stuff you enjoy, it doesn't seem like work. It don't seem like effort. Like, it's like, yo, I could do this all night. If we could sit here all night and talking. It, man, are enjoying the conversation, how we're flowing. But it's just, if you find something you enjoy and you can work with it, man. You might have found your flow. You found it still. I can't lie.
Facts. And that's the thing, bro. Like, it's not even, I don't even know what to call it. It's like, man not coming here thinking, yo, man's gonna make some P or blah. Like, man are not just looking at it from like, nothing to get out. Like, it's just like, man's just doing it to just fun. Yeah, just doing it. Yeah.
Because you want to do it, innit? Like, yo, like, you want to be able to sit down and have real conversations with real individuals that ain't somebody special. Like, yo, just people.
They are special.
Yeah. But at the same time,
special
individuals that you know that are on the same wavelength or able to just give gems to other people that ain't possibly in the same situation as them. Like, you're able to see that and able to deliver it in a way that's just very comfortable in it.
That's what I'm saying. The main thing that I said to Hunter, which I quoted, well, I'm quoting myself on saying it, because when I said it, I was like, yo, I said something there. It was we're trying to give voices to the voiceless.
And that's all it is.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You man are just seeing it from an aspect of, from your perspective in it. Like, you're in the background, but you're able to see the man that are there right now, or going to be there, or on their way there, or not even on their way there yet, but you can see the trajectory that man can go on. So you're just, as I said, the voice for the voiceless, the hope for the hopeless,
I like that,
the dream for the dreamers. You get me?
I like that.
What else?
I like that still. Now, it's true, because that man was saying, like, yo, this takes up a lot of man's time, blood.
Yeah, bro, I can't imagine, like, we've sat here for a few hours now. You're gonna have to go back, watch this again, edit this, then watch it again, piece it together, watch it again,
trailers,
watch it again.
This ain't the only thing man's doing in man's life, bro.
Exactly. So I know that works, but what do you do, Ty?
I'm definitely not gonna sit on camera.
Yeah.
Just say you work, blood.
Yeah, I did my see.
Now you sound like a dirty drug dealer.
But it's be dirty. Like, people got journeys.
No, but
I'm not a drug dealer though. But
yeah, nah, I didn't expect that.
Like, I'm not gonna say that on camera. It says a work, bro. God damn.
Get me?
Nah, but people to in man's business and that.
Nah, I hear that. Like, I'm exactly the same in it. Hence why it's like, if you don't know who I am, you don't know who I am in it. Like, basically. I appreciate you remembering me on here, because yo, man don't know me in it unless you do know me. Like, you just know me as Carl or GGKARLO or just Carlo in it. Other than that, I'm just very much just working, chilling with family, very private. You get me? So it's like, you don't see me about unless you know me in it. So I'm on the same way with you, man. I'm very private still, Ty. So like, man, I don't really know what I'm doing in the background other than what I said today, like a model and doing security. Other than that, that's it.
Yeah, basically.
You're funny, you know, bro. I'm not gonna say that on camera.
Because you know what is? I don't know, man. People's too.
But see, I used to suffer with that, thinking how people perceive what I say in it, and that restricts what you do in certain things in it. But
I wouldn't say I don't care what people think, but it's like, Mr. Chestnut Check, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say?
Niggas
like, man could easily have that conversation, but yo,
yeah,
man.
You'd certain else, blood.
Chestnut chip.
Alright, cool. Boom. My quote of the day now. Hunter, you're the best, man. So my quote of the week this week is the grind may go unnoticed, but the results won't. So for me, especially now, I feel like every quote of the week I always choose it because it's something that's happening in a man's life. I think that's why I gravitate to it. But like with the whole like grinding thing, it's like at the moment I've started doing things again, like my graphic work and all that stuff. So that's so I do graphic design as well on the side. I don't think I've spoke about it, or maybe I have, but I like specialize in like album covers and stuff. I know a lot of people do music and
Get them.
know people that do music. So if you do music or know somebody that does, tell them to holler at Dubhul.designs, DUBHUL.DESIGNS. That's my page. I'm dabbling with a few other things at the moment, but album covers like my main thing at the moment. So yeah, I've started doing all of that again now. Obviously it's a bit more public that I'm doing it, but at the moment I'm just trying to grind it out, and then hopefully I'll be able to achieve more things past that. But I'm just using that at the moment as like a leverage to excel my life from
and
this
all that
point
self-taught as well.
Yeah, and all of that self-taught too. So yeah, check out the page. Let me know. Holler me if you need any work doing or know anybody that needs any work and stuff. But
if you subscribe, you get Last Place discount.
Don't know about that. Money, have you met? But yeah, like I know a lot of people obviously don't know what I'm doing or whatever, but they might be like, oh, Shaq or whatever, you know.
Yeah, you're creative, man. Shaq. You'll let them know, man.
Yeah, he's doing whatever, but you know, a lot of the stuff is literally, like you said, self-taught. I'm just doing it behind the scenes. Literally everything that I've done or I'm doing is self-taught. I've had to grind to do all of this. Like a lot of people don't know I do the covers. A lot of people don't know I make beats. I'm a producer. I edit the podcast myself.
The quotes of the weeks.
I design that. Obviously, you mainly do it, but
dope.
The logo.
Yeah.
So many things, man. I just forget, but
Jack of all trades,
basically. But yeah, like, and I know eventually all of these things, all of these skills that I've learned are gonna benefit me to a very high.
Monkey's boxing up Shaq.
I gotta benefit me to a high level because they're benefiting me now, and these are just things that I learned as a kid as well. I've been doing the Photoshop thing as a kid and music as a kid and stuff, but the soundtrack for the podcast, the editing that I learned in like college and being a kid, like everything that I've learned to this point has kind of added up to doing this podcast. And you know, we literally don't pay anybody a penny to you okay there, mate?
You good?
We don't pay anybody a penny, so yeah, it's all working out, man. It's we're doing. I'm happy with what we got so far. But yeah, that's just one of the examples of my quote of the week. What do you think about that, cuz?
Nah, I like that.
Just say the quote of the week again.
I was gonna say, do you remember what I said?
Nah, but I like it.
So the grind may go unnoticed, but the results won't.
Yeah, nah, that's what it isn't. Like the results are always gonna be somewhat more personal to yourself, and like some results people can see, like an athlete will train, do an event, get a medal. That's everybody, but the grind they took to get to that point, you don't know what they went through, what struggles they went through behind the scenes as to why they're there now being great in front of billions of people in it. So I said the grind, the work never goes unnoticed, but the grind speaks for itself.
And that's why I picked it, you know. You just woke it in my head. That's some real Last Place-ish, bro.
100%.
Because nobody sees the graph, then it like
no one sees when you're at last place.
Everyone counts you out when you're in last place.
People only see when you're in last place. They're like, haha, he's last. But then they don't care about how you got to. I mean, well, like not they don't care, but when you get to first, that's when they start, you know,
noticing you. Yeah,
that's when they start noticing you, and asking, how did you do it, and all of this stuff and whatever. But really, you was. That's what I'm saying. That's when you was in between all of that. You was in the mountains, meditating, working,
grinding,
whatever. So yeah, facts. So yeah, that's my quote of the week.
That's some good quote of the weeks.
Nah, it is.
You know what I'm saying. So boom, Hunter's Tough is absolutely gonna explode.
Yeah, nah, yo, you should sort that out.
Let's finish off with tune of the week.
What's that?
So basically, pick your tune of the week that you've been listening to.
Yo.
Nah. We ain't got time for Spotify. We ain't got time for Spotify.
I'm trying to find it. What?
Okay, say less. Whilst cause I was watching, trying to find his tune.
Yeah.
You should go with yours, bro.
What's mine again?
Because to be honest, I don't even know mine right now.
Yeah, I have to. R.I.P. Young Dolph, the fucking GOAT. My GOAT. Yeah, man. They released a tune.
One of them Prometheus ones. Is that what it is? Prometheus?
What's that?
Ain't that the word for like when you release something after the death of the person?
Oh.
Posthumous.
No, Promotus or something. That's a Prometheus.
It's not Promotus.
Hey, why did you say Prometheus? Ain't that a movie?
That's Morbius.
Nah, Prometheus is a movie. I'm begging Google it real quick. We'll never end up on the next planet.
Put it in. What it actually means.
Say less. I will. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, for me, Dolph is the GOAT for me. Personally, just like, yeah, and this tune.
Post-mortem, that's what it's called.
It's not called
You sure
post-mortem, bro.
You're talking about releasing music after you dead. Post-mortem's like checking out the body. I think. Yeah, checking out the body.
That is not the word.
But yeah, Young Dolph, Hall of Fame. Yeah, blood, like, for me, yeah, man. When he spits, when he raps, it just, yeah, man, speaks to my soul, blood.
Yeah, you've been screaming about Dolph since the beginning of time.
Now, it was P rapping to Dolph though, wasn't it? Because, Dolph was raw lit. I can't lie. Like, he was very motivational. Like, it was just very his music had man, like, getting up to go do stuff, you get me? But
Different, blood. Different.
But it's just one of them common things, like, you see in America, like the man that was in the hood, or probably anywhere in the world, and like man that are in the hood that have made it, that want to try help the hood, end up back in the hood, and then someone in the hood just takes it a different way in it.
And shows them that the hood don't show.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, they've always said, you can help the hood without being there in it. You don't have to physically be there to feel like you're not helping your people. I fully get that in it. So it's just very unfortunate that his situation, same with Nipsey's as well, but like being in the community, being an individual that help man, to just have that taken away is very devastating to a man still. Because that Nipsey one was, that hurt man still. I'm a Nipsey fan in it, so when I'm seeing him be able to do entrepreneur type shit, philanthropy type stuff, like being able to help people on a big scale, like to see someone just blatantly just take a man's life in broad day, like no disregard to what's gonna happen, like, bro, that just shows you, bro, like, some people raw don't care, innit?
And you can be here today and gone tomorrow, blood.
Thanks.
But it's the impact that you have until that point, innit, which is the most important thing. Like, the people you've touched, the stuff that you've done, like, they're the things that live on through the people that you're able to touch and embrace, and it. So it's like, Nipsey lives on, same with Dolph and individuals, but it's unfortunate they can't live for themselves, innit? So I just said R.I.P. Dolph, R.I.P. Nipsey still.
And you see Young Dolph, yeah, I spoke to you about this before. You see, when you go on my man's comments on his tunes, yeah, everyone is on the same shit, bro. It's so crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, everyone is talking about inspirational shit, get into the bag. Like, his fan base is legit like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, you could go on one of his tunes and you go in the comments and everyone is saying the same shit. Like, Dolph makes me want to get to the bag, and Dolph does this, and like, it's mad how many people my man's impacted it.
Yeah, because my man, like, don't get me wrong, like, Dolph is hard, but the way he can articulate
certain things
and his style alone as well. He's not like most rappers in it. He had his own type of wave in it, and he stayed true to himself. And his voice was, his voice is kind of hard as well. Like, no one sounded like Dolph. Like, man tried to, but you can't sound like Dolph in it. And when he's hopping on the beat and he's on like, It's a rap, innit? You know what's gonna come. Pure gas after that.
Yeah, it's not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Dolph is the best rapper, you know. I'm not saying he's the best lyricist or blah. I'm saying, like, for me, and when he speaks and how his words affect me, that's why he's my GOAT.
Yeah, I hear that.
He's my GOAT. Yeah, he's my GOAT. So yeah, that's my tune, Hall of Fame, Young Dolph. Yeah, man, that tune's fucking cold, blood, and it just reminded me of why it's so cold. And
So you about to do the Dolph marathon this week,
blood. Yeah, blood.
Basically.
Are you listening to this?
Nah, it's your turn.
My turn. Alright then, like, this is just our most randomest tune ever, but at the moment I've been blasting because it's one of them just like happy go feel, like one of them type of tunes, you get me. It's called Landline by Bikini, like Binki. Just
What kind of song is it?
Play it and listen.
Is it like pop? Is it?
Yeah, it's like indie type. I heard it on FIFA. I can't lie. So it's just like one of them ones. Like it just gets you going, but like it had me. I heard it. I was like, yo, blood. Like, all right then. It had me singing the words the second time I heard it. So I was like, this is gas.
That's one of the best songs, blood.
Even so, yeah, it's like one of them. Like my music is very. It's not just grime. It's a bit of everything. I got to run up that hill in that tune as well. So shout out Stranger Things. That tune was busting numbers, blood. Yo.
So what's it called?
Landline
By Bikini. BKN.
Nah, Binki.
Okay. Cool.
Binky or Binky. Yeah, Binky. It's bin then key.
Okay. Say less. And then my tune of the week is Joey Badass, Zip Codes. I love Joey Badass. It's been a while since I've been able to say that because his last album was a bit.
Is after Newton in the 2000s?
Yeah. His last few albums have been a bit not for me, but this tune redeemed himself still. This was like one of the singles before the album dropped, and I was like, you know what, he's back in his bag still. And I've been thoroughly enjoying this song for the last week or so. Just banging it back to back. It's literally just made its way to like almost the top of my what's that Spotify playlist called again?
Your most played for the year thing.
Nah, not the most played. What's it? On repeat.
I swear down.
Yeah, it's on repeat.
I ain't even looked at it like that.
Yeah, frantic. Yeah, jump on your on repeat. You'll be surprised at what's on there, man. But yeah, it's tune of the week this week. Joey Badass, Zip Codes. That's mine.
Yeah, bro.
I even tapped into that album yet, you know. Like I've been meaning to, but these 12-hour shifts just have me in some mode of just, as I said, waking up, sleeping. And I said, today's like the only free time. I was working last night, innit? So since this is why I woke up this morning or afternoon, like, yo, blood.
This is why your weekends are so more valuable now, innit? For like the next few weeks as well.
God, exactly, man. So just having the time to, as I said, just to be able to do things like this is, I really appreciate it because as I said, I'm busy now, innit? So to have the time to, as I said, to sit down and just like articulate and just cool down and just reflect on just like past things, like, yo, I appreciate it. Because it's rarely I sit back and think about all the years I've been modelling. Because to me, they fly by in it. It's my life in it, so I never think twice about it. But when man asking me these questions, like, yo, you know what? It was some times that I kind of forgot, but now man, I brought them back to me. Like, yo, I appreciate that a little bit more still because I learned from those lessons.
And now you retelling your story, you're gonna help someone now.
Yeah, bro.
So man, push this out on TikTok and that, and we don't know who's watching.
Bro, I don't. Look, anyone who's watching, that's as I said, models.com. Find the agency. And then, live your dream from there, innit? And don't stop persevering, One door closes, another one opens, innit? So, you might get a no here, but you might get a yes there. That's the only thing that can happen in life. You're going to get a yes or a no. Two simple answers. As long as you understand that, you'll be happy in this modelling game, innit? So, take that, and then with a pinch of salt, go enjoy yourself, man. Like, go take photos, go live your life, innit?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. GGKARLO. Wow. But yeah, we've come to the end of the podcast, man. I think that was a sick episode. Yeah, I don't know if there would be any chance of us ever just thinking, let's get a model. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That would have been really just not there. But
once again, for me, you're my cousin, so you just know me for through and through. It's like, I've never seen myself as that, and it's just like, it's rather just a job, a well-paid job, like. I can earn a month's wage in a couple of hours. That calculation is ridiculous to me. Hence why I said the early years I was able to buy whatever I wanted. Felt like I needed to buy this, that, and the third. But without having that little bit of money there, COVID would have been peak for man. So I appreciate it as well that I learned at some point. I'm gonna put some POA because buying all these garments just doesn't show man nothing. Like I can't sell a coat. You get me? The coat ain't gonna pay the bills. So. Stack a little P and just as I said, it helped me maintain and keep my head above water throughout from then till now in it, and then be able to work in security thing for the Commonwealth with I would never have thought I'm doing security, learn how to use the X-ray machine at the airport and that, work with police dogs, work with the police, work with the army, searching vehicles, using mirrors, and the big mirrors, using those, under the car like that. I've never thought that in it, but it's an experience which I'm taking with both hands in it, so in the future, who knows where it can take me in it? Because the security industry, man, knowing it, man, have been working it, Mali, Alu, Big P's and the thing. But they was with Rihanna and Little Uzi and ASAP. So it's security is a thing that we can just change your life overnight in it. Where you can just meet people you never think you'd meet on a daily basis. Once again, them man are from Birmingham, so that's inspirational to see him and be able to meet stars you would see on TV, innit? Stars you never be able to touch in person. Them man are just with them, lifting them up, protecting them. So it's like, I can see where this can go, security side of it. But the modeling's like another avenue for me to make some more money and save a little bit more at the same time. And so, yo, I'm just seeing what life can take, man, still. 'Cause I'm just chilling.
Wavy still. And that's the thing, bro. We don't know. Like, we just look at what we do and think, whatever. But when we tell our stories, we don't even know what type of influence or impact that has on someone.
100%.
Look at, like, going back to my man, look how he was gassed to speak to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? But you just think, like, man's just model. Like, it's not nothing.
Yeah. Once again, like, I'm very laid back with it now because I've been doing it for so long. It's like second nature to man. But I'm never shy to just help someone needs help. And like, my advice is gonna be the same to the next person. Like, yo, go on models.com and just do what you need to do in it. But as I said, it's like he was gassed as Ashak in it. But as like this now, I'm hoping it helps my man to be able to go, you know what, I can take this a little bit further. I can go see what agency wants to sign, man, and wear a test. Hopefully it works for man or anybody that wants to just do what they're doing in it. So take a risk, man. You ain't gonna know the answer until you do.
Last place, man.
Last place. Last don't mean lost. Tell them again.
Let them know.
So yeah, about time.
Yeah,
Say we wrap this up. Hunter's Tough is.
I wish I was in like this wasn't happening, man. But yeah,
bro, you performed, man.
Nah, man. Yo, I didn't even notice until this now.
I'm trying to say, like it's just like. But Hunter Stuff's hurting. GGKARLO's got work in the morning. I've got work to friggin' edit this podcast up. So yeah, cause you know I'm gonna see you. You know I'm gonna see you outside.
Nando's there. You already know what it is.
I about it, you know.
Of course,
let's go. All right, say let's go. Yeah, this has been episode 10 of the Last Place podcast. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the love, the support.
Yes, sir.
Can you continue to do so? Like, share anything that you see, any clips. We'll have them shared on our Instagram Last Place podcast, TikTok Last Place podcast, or the new one is Last Place Pod Clips.
we got two now.
We got two now.
All right then.
Yeah.
Content.
Let them know.
More content for your head tops.
So, anything you want to say, bro?
No.
Anything you want to say before we finish?
No, it's an amazing episode. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, no, I've been an amazing episode, yo. Look after yourselves, man, and go to the doctors.
Basically, episode 10. Thank everyone for tuning in. We're out.